Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast of stuff. So, it's just me and Ralph right now.
Yeah, technical
mainly,
difficulties.
mainly because some people don't know how to be at a certain place at a certain time. It'd be wonderful if that were actually the case, but no, that is not the case.
Certain
BG's
place at a certain
somewhere.
time,
I
keep
don't
track of the equipment, you know.
I don't know where BG is currently. And DA currently is having technical issues of the physical kind. He can't find a cord.
You think when you clean something, you set aside important pieces of technology in a good enough point where you can recognize where it's going to
I
be
don't know
later.
why they disconnect their mic every week. That's
Well, they
my
have to share
question.
the space. They have to share the space, so they have to put stuff away because it's not like it's just them in the house. Got to remember that.
Eh,
Yeah, not everyone can live alone like us, Mike.
eh. Step up your game, comp bros. All right,
Buns.
so let me real quick, Ralph vamp for a sec while I actually post on the social medias that we are.
Yeah, you go ahead and do that.
Oh,
I'm just
never.
gonna.
Well, never mind.
What?
The 2200 via Twitter did it already. Ah!
Yay! Gotta love Twitter bots.
Yep. I'm actually. Am I able to share?
How about the Facebook?
Copy
The,
link.
the Facebook?
Yep.
The
I'm
Facebooky?
going to the Facebooks. I'm going to the Facebooks.
Alright, so while you're doing that, I'm going to make a small little note of the fact that last week brought up that I've been playing a lot of The Division, and I had been enjoying it. Now, last week we did this. The first DLC had just come out, patching the game, changing up some certain aspects of it. It was supposed to make it more fun or, slash more long-term enjoyable. It did the opposite. Basically, the day after our podcast, we all realized that the game now is awful. The game is dead. The game died a day after the DLC went live. It is bad. Nobody plays it. There's nothing to do. The first raid, quote unquote, they added, the incursion, is literally a bullet sponge fest that the only intricate or creative, I stress that word because it is awful, but the only creative means of completing the raid is you have to deactivate two turrets on either side of the map to place a a detonation charge on the back of a undamageable APC. And so what people have done, because this literally will take you on hard mode about an hour, because just you have to run through the waves and everything's a bullet sponge. And then there's challenging, which is that's the real challenge of the game. It's awful. It's undoable. It's just not fun. So everybody decides to break the game and just glitch out because it's an Ubisoft game, so there's a fuck ton of bugs. And everybody decides to use the good old fashioned ballistic shield glitch, which allows you to basically jump through walls and close doors and not start shit. And basically just cheese it, right? But the thing is, it's not worth it. There is no end game. The end game is the hunt for gear, but there's no gear to grind out. Everything sucks. Nothing is fun. Nothing is creative. The only way you put this gear to use is in the unofficial PvP, which is the Dark Zone, which is awful because it's literally unplayable. When you try to run through the Dark Zone, if you're doing it as a solo player, you're gonna get wrecked. If you're playing as a bunch of teammates, chances are the gear you want to get, you're gonna get steamrolled for, because even if you're playing with a 4-man squad, you're gonna get run up on by a squad of people who already have all the best gear and are fucking around, because people know life the game and bug out the fucking incursions are sitting at a gear score high enough where you're actually grinding for gear. That's cute. So yeah, just quote unquote while we were doing that, wanted to express some frustration.
Frustration,
the game
rage,
the
annoyance.
game I was enjoying died when it ended. No, died in the beginning because, as everybody said, the game starts at endgame. The game starts at endgame. Yeah, the game was fucking post-mortem at endgame.
Oh, The game had such promise too.
It did. It really did, and that's the shame. I'm giving it this since it's not a physical copy. I can't sell it, so I won't delete it until the next DLC comes out next month. And if nothing changes, if nothing gets better, just delete and never come back. It's a shame too. I was really enjoying it, but
Yeah. The game I have been obsessed with as of recently. Have you heard of Stardew Valley?
yeah, I've been watching Laddie play it on
It's
4-Star channel.
so good.
Yeah, I know.
So
it looks pretty
fucking addicting. Just because, like, I mean, I played a few of the Harvest Moons back in the day. I really liked them. Then they just progressively got more and more shittier. And then this game comes out, and I love, it's developed by one dude. It's just one developer. He created this game. I think he was like in between jobs and was bored. And he's like, man, I really wish there was a good Harvest Moon sequel. I'm just going to make a good Harvest Moon sequel. So he literally combines Harvest Moon, Animal Crossing, Minecraft, Terraria, a little bit of Legend of Zelda, actually. Just all this crap, and it just combines so well. And I think in like 2 weeks of owning it, I'm like already at the end of year 2. And that is a lot of hours put into that game. Which I was pissed. So, like, they have romance options.
Hold on. I have a message from BG for DA.
All right.
He says, it's literally any F chord. We have like 4. Find one. That's from your brother.
Yeah.
Also, he's not going to make it, period. Whatever he's doing took longer than I thought, and I still have to have a long conversation with a friend.
It's no plans on podcast day. None. Have none. Gonna have a sit down with him after that.
People gave me shit when I missed one.
Yes.
Found one, but it's not working.
Comp Bros, everybody. So.
Oh god. Okay. Are you plugging the right side into the right hole? Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again?
There's also a sexual education
have you tried
talk
plugging
I'd like
it
to
in
have.
and then unplugging it?
So, DA, let's talk about holes and things you put in them.
Oh god, no. Oh god, no.
So, the thing that I got pissed about in Stardew Valley. So there's a bunch of romance options.
That's
and
like any video game.
Most of them, are decent. And, like, I had, like, 2 that, like, I was probably going to go for in the game. One of the girls that was, like, kind of, like, cool looking, and she had, like, a fun personality. She was, like, the waitress at the bar that's in the town.
Okay.
She was not a romance option. Until it was announced she was a romance option about a week ago. Right after I had proposed to one of the other women. It's like, oh, damn it. And it's kind of interesting just because it's, just this guy, so it's just at his leisurely pace that he, puts on updates, and he's, like, gonna, like, right now the game doesn't really have an end game, and he's gonna add an end game. Just because people have, like, for recommendations and stuff like that have recommended it. He's like, oh, yeah.
Hey, Ubisoft, how would you pay the fuck attention?
That's the benefit of being your own boss, I guess.
Well, no, yeah, if you look at it, some of the most fan favorite games that have come out in recent history that have gotten the most hype are games that are, like, very small crew.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at Five Nights. Case in point.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That guy has made a lifetime worth off of those shitty little fucking games, man.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're making a movie.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be, like, big enough to set him up for life.
Games, books.
Yeah, he's set. That small little thing you do, if you hit the right niche, you're set. Might get on that.
Okay. Never done game development in my life.
I don't care. You're a programmer. It's not that hard. Make it happen.
Nah, I beg to differ.
Well, I beg to tell you, shut the fuck up.
Web development is much different than physics and collision detection. There's math. I don't like math.
That's what I go to. That's why I'm here.
All right.
I does the math.
Learn physics engines and learn how to program, and then
I mean, I am playing around in Unreal Engine, so I mean.
Have you seen? Okay, that's actually a good thought. So,
Segway!
one of the things that I've been seeing get posted around everywhere. We have topics that I would like to get to. If we can at least get DA here to facilitate some more discussion, but
user disconnected from your channel.
or he could just leave the channel. That works too. I don't know if that came through the stream or not. I think it did.
Fucking Comp Bros.
User entered your channel.
Oh.
Is there a mic? Do I see a mic? Talk.
It says it's there.
You're
It's
snap. I
recognizing
hear
that a mic is
snapping.
plugged in.
Okay, then that works.
There he is. All right. You're not in as deep a water as your brother, who.
Once again, DA wins against machines. Don't ask
All right,
me about
Neo.
my failed conquest.
I was about to say, like, so what's the win-loss ratio there?
Ooh, it's not good.
So, speaking of Unreal Engine, one of the things I follow on Facebook is Zelda Informer for all of my Zelda
Ocarina
needs.
of Time.
So yeah, they've been
Y'all
making.
need me.
There's other stuff that we're gonna get to. That definitely one of the things is a question I have directly for you.
Never questioned it.
But yeah, they made Unreal Engine demos of different areas in Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask.
Oh yeah, but Ocarina is more important.
While they it depends on who you ask. They look good. I just get like picky. I don't know.
Yeah, you mean the fanboy and you fucking
It's
squiggles
just
out
like
of
the
it?
environments and stuff look good. I just wish they would improve Link's model. Like he unsheaths his sword and it's like 1, 2, shing. It's like just certain little things that they could just like. I feel like everyone, because like I've seen a bunch of stuff in the comments for those videos where it's pretty good. It's just like I wish there was some polish on things other than the actual
Well,
environment.
it's a small thing.
Yeah. So, as I was thinking of topics for today, one of them I can't really do because there's going to be a talking point with BG and motherfucker isn't here.
Where is he?
He's
I didn't-
apparently with
he-
friends.
He left earlier, and I didn't ask where he was going, and he didn't tell me.
I texted him. He's with friends.
Next time he does this, DA, be like 10:30.
He is an adult.
Apparently not.
I assumed that he would be back. I don't know. What am I, my brother's keeper?
Yes.
Yes.
You think he'd be
In
the responsible one?
in the fraternity of the Comp Bros, you are your brother's keeper.
I couldn't even connect a microphone. How am I in charge of a human?
I don't know.
I mean, it's practice. Practice makes perfect.
I figured organic life might be a little bit higher up on the scale of importance. I guess not. But, so it has been, besides last week, it has been quite a many months since we've actually had discussions with you, Mr. DA. You've been to a few cons. Are there any fun stories?
Actually, no.
Oh my
Damn
God.
it!
Yes.
How?
I was very careful in these past few cons. I've learned my lessons. I keep my head down, and I don't bother nobody.
That sounds so sad at the same time.
Yeah, I have to go out of my way to make sure nothing bad happens. Which sucks, obviously, because I miss out on things.
So,
But
how has the vetting process improved from a very solid attempt at the last time we heard?
Oh no, that laugh.
I did. Shudokan had just happened 3 weeks ago or so, and I had another room, and I was looking for more people,
That was
and
this is the last year's incident con, right?
yes, it is,
Okay.
and people, I do so early enough so that it gives me time for people to drop out and find more people. So I had a solid 3 people. 3 people. That's 4 in the room. That's perfect. 2 beds, 2 people per bed. Boom, boom, boom. Just all 3 of them dropped out within the space of like 3 days. And that was maybe 2 weeks before the con. So I was scrambling. I ended up getting 1 roommate, which put a lot of, yeah. But luckily, this was a mistake on my part. I realize this now, but I, walked around the con listening to people's conversation going, hey, you guys need a room or something? Room upstairs.
Hey, well, come around this corner. I have a proposition for you. Want to be my roommate? No thanks. Oh.
Man, can I do crystal meth in the room? Can I do pot in the room? Can I do heroin in the room?
But I got 0 people in the room, and I did get reported because this girl thought that I was soliciting her. Madam, my intentions are not but pure. Well, that was fun.
Where was Shudokan held?
Lansing, Michigan.
Oh,
nicer
Lord.
part of Michigan.
We don't get the blacks around here that often. He's trying to sell me something. Wrong part of Michigan.
A room. He's trying to sell me a room. There's something.
No. She thought that I wanted to bang her forcibly.
Holy shit.
Like, this guy is making me really uncomfortable. He invited me up to his room. I'm like, no, you completely misheard me.
Oh God!
That was...
Well, at least you survived that.
Was the person who was like your head for staffing last year? Was she there again?
Yes.
Was she like your vouch for like that situation?
Actually, yes.
I was like,
because I volunteered again this year. And the lady came up to me like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" I'm like, "I'm in a bit of trouble, but it's nothing that I can't handle." And she was like, "What's going on here?" She was like, "Oh no, King is a great guy. What did he say?" And then I got out of it. I'm
just like, from her situation, she's like, "Believe me, this was."
He of all people wants no trouble.
This man has been through some shit and came out alive still. So let's cut him some slack here. He wasn't the one with the knife.
There's a thing last year. There's a few situations they went awry. He doesn't want that this year. So at this point in like the actual episode, I'll try and if I can remember this, I'll add an annotation to the Yep episode. We're referencing, and your luck has made a U-turn apparently in 1 year.
Let's cut the man some slack. This is not luck. This is prudent planning.
Oh, the same con again. I was volunteering. I had to work registration. So, this guy comes up. He's in a wig. He's clearly I don't know the proper term for it, but a transvestite, or he's a guy dressing as a girl.
Okay.
So I'm like, can I see your ID? Because you have to type it up on the thing. So can I see your ID? And he hands me his ID, and it's John something. And no, his ID says Kimberly something. And I type it in, I was like, I don't see a Kimberly something here. He was like, check again. I was like, no, there's nothing. He was like, try my last name. Nothing. He was like, so I'm just like, did you do it under another name? He was like, well, I do have my legal name. I'm like, what's your legal name? He was like, Kimberly. I'm like, no, you need a name to match what you wrote in the system so that I can type it up. And he goes, John. And I'm like, okay, next time, because this is maybe hour 1 into my 5-hour shift of registration. I'm like, next time, just giving me your real name and we can do this really quick. He's like, my real name is Kimberly. I am not defined by your hetero male gender. And I'm just like, well, what is going on here? I'm like, and he grabbed it like, I don't want your in bed. And he marked us out. I'm just like, oh, this is gonna be a problem.
You cisgender.
So he comes back in with the head of the volunteer lady, and he points to me like, "This is him. This is the guy that called me a tranny." I'm like, "What? That didn't happen."
No.
Like, King, I said no. I said, next time you have to use your legal name. He was like, no, use it. I was like, nope, I didn't say that whatsoever. I respect all people and all races and kinds, and you, sir or ma'am, I don't know, human. You're cool with me, fellow human being.
I respect people. I respect kinds.
I respect kinds.
You're not lucky. You have no luck. You have no luck.
Now that I'm thinking about it, a lot of little things happen to me like that over these experiences, but it was nothing. It was no major 3-hour, 4-day bus ride, one-legged garbage.
Your bus will be coming to an early stop. Your driver can't find his leg.
Oh my god. All right, so
while we're on the topic of cons, let's keep the con thing going.
Okay.
So, a little plug here, since it is almost the end of April, May will be starting soon. At the end of the summer, being that the summer is about to begin, towards the end of summer, we'll be all of us, including the AFK member, will be going to MatsuriCon over in Columbus, correct?
Columbus, Ohio.
We'll be doing a bunch of panels there. We'll be a part of the official AMV section. Mike, I believe you're still a judge?
Yes, I am.
So being that we're starting this podcast brand new, we want to put it out there for all new listeners.
For those of you who don't know what an AMV is, it stands for Animated Music Video.
Yes. So while we do that, we also have other... No, are we going to do the gaming one this time around or no? Because we haven't done that since the first one. What's our planned panels?
We could. I'll throw a bunch of stuff up there and send it to Adam.
Yeah.
Our Mr. AMV liaison.
But as of right now, if you're planning on going to any cons in the Midwest, we suggest Matsuri. Come down, check us out, have fun.
Or up. I mean, geography,
Nobody cares about people below the south of the border line. Stay where you are.
The border. All the other 30 states that are below Ohio geographically. Fuck them.
You don't need anybody from Florida, Texas. Come on. Nope.
So Rooster Teeth doesn't exist.
Nope.
What have I been watching?
Bunch of potato farmers and slave owners. BG, where are you?
I'm just imagining DA turning to his left, right? Oh.
I've got no one to bounce this shit off of. BG, where are you? Oh yeah, helping friends.
All right, so the other thing, the one topic that I have two topics. One is I want to talk about a whole bunch of the other comic book stuff that has come out recently. TV shows, movies, and whatnot. So I'm assuming all of us have seen Deadpool.
Oh, for the love of God.
DA?
Yep.
Okay. So,
I like the extra pause there, waiting for the BG answer. But
well,
not
it
coming.
was just me thinking. More Versus is demanding more stories.
I got a slave named DA serving me. Serving
How about
me
this?
dogs.
How about this? I'll give a story every week.
Okay.
Yes.
All
I'm
right.
down with that. Well,
DA story time.
Oh my God,
segment.
yeah, no.
Done.
Yeah, well, it's the new segment, the
New
DA
segment.
story corner.
Hmm.
Oh, we'll need to think of like a more official and or funny name, but So, but going on
This
to
week on Does He Have a Leg?
no, too specific. But going back to Deadpool. So, Deadpool to me. So in its own way, you could consider it quote unquote dark. Just because the ultra violent swear word, whatever. Yet it still had a lightheartedness.
Deadpool?
Yes.
I wouldn't say Deadpool was even really dark, just from the way they did the whole action, death, and absolute ridiculous over.
Well, dark can be kind of either dark as in tonal or dark as in like
I don't
imagery.
really think it was dark at all. Not even with imagery. They kind of played it all off very whimsically.
Except for the torture scene.
Oh yeah, that was the only. Even then, like the moment it ended, he was back to making the snarky, like douchebag remarks.
Which the writing in that movie.
Hold on, how have you not seen Deadpool yet, Kevin? Are you kidding? How was
Ooh.
How the fuck?
So,
If
Hash-
you haven't seen Deadpool yet, and you're
hashtag
watching
triggered.
this-
We're the ones that are getting triggered, asshole. You haven't seen that movie.
if you
I've
haven't
seen it
Deadpool
twice.
Yet, stop listening. No, don't stop listening. Fast forward. Please, God, don't go away.
Yeah.
No, fast forward by like 3 minutes, and we'll be done with this probably. But the
So-
fuck? How have you not seen Deadpool yet? That's like saying I'm gonna go see Batman vs Superman. You're fucking your life up.
So, favorite part of that movie. I'm just gonna get right into spoilers now because asshole on the stream here.
Goddamn observers.
I asked a question, guys. Come on, come on.
Oh, I thought you were gonna start it yourself like you always do.
No.
No, he's the main event. He has something prepared.
Not really.
No.
This is me deflecting.
Excuse me.
This is me deflecting, and
You've got nothing prepared. BG's not here. Pro is drunk.
I'm not drunk. What?
I just say that because more often than not you are.
No.
I'll be
No.
right more than I am wrong.
like we said, your brother now gets drunk more often than us.
I actually was not listening to you guys talk about that. I actually started just going over there working on my collages until BG gave me a signal.
You
We're
asshole.
done now. Okay.
No, favorite part of Deadpool was not gonna lie, towards the end, during right after the whole X go and give it to you part, when it's that whole fight, the whole sequence where it's leading up from what's my name, and he's just like, oh, I'm gonna fucking spell it out for you, and then he starts shitting on all the soldiers, and he comes across Hydra Bob, and that was an awesome callback. Or is it a call? No, that's shout out. What's the
Reference.
reference? That's the word I'm looking for. That was an awesome reference. And then when they have Ajax look over the thing and he literally spelled his name out with the corpses of all of the fucking soldiers, I think I lost it hardest right there at that part in the theaters. I think I died the hardest.
DA.
I really like Deadpool and Negasonic. Not Deadpool and Negasonic, but the Deadpool Negasonic Colossus, that whole dynamic was really, really good.
But which part was your favorite? The one in the beginning of the movie, the one at the end?
The one line that's really sticking out to me, and I know I'm going to butcher this line because it's been a while since I saw the movie, where Deadpool was like, either you're going to say something very snarky or you're going to reply with stone cold silence. She was like, you got me in a corner.
And he does that fist pump and he turns around like, got it.
So mine is the whole as he's hunting down all the people, the Zamboni stuff.
Song?
The Zamboni thing.
No, I'm saying that's the montage.
Yeah, the Deadpool rap song where it's just like, you're about to be killed by a Zamboni. He's just laughing about it. And then like a whole thing where he's just like, am I supposed to hit you? Am I not supposed to hit you? This is really confusing right now. He's attacking the women.
Hit you? Is it sexist to not hit you?
Yeah.
No, let's ask DA.
So far, Deadpool is the best comic book movie. We got a few to go, including Civil War.
Low bar.
Yeah.
Currently, yeah, low bar. All the stuff that they are releasing for Civil War right now, I am so
holy shit
pumped.
It's gonna be massive.
They just released a little snippet scene of where
I've seen
the Winter Soldier's fighting Tony Stark and a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
From what the reviews, because all the reviews are already out for it. All the reviewers already seen it. And the only two things that are consistent is that it's either the best one to date or it's just below Winter Soldier, which is considered the best of them.
Yeah, and then Spider-Man, like a lot of people are saying Spider-Man and or Black Panther steal the show. And
BG is gonna be really excited about
yeah,
that.
I was gonna say we can hear BG just like from wherever he is. Ugh.
I mean, in the scene they released,
his martini drops slowly.
Martini, you need whatever vodka infused mess he's drinking right now.
Excuse me, bartender. What's the most hipsterest drink you have?
Who's got a monitor I can throw down some stairs?
Hot lemonade? I'll gladly take it. Oh, that sounds like the worst thing ever. I can just gross myself out a little bit.
Would you happen to have Mortal Kombat behind the bar?
Ooh.
I need something to get angry at. Oh, versus his favorite moment was the Black Knight moment in Deadpool where he keeps breaking his limbs.
When he punches them in the dick and goes, "Oh, your poor wife."
Also, well, granted, like Colossus was such a like goody two shoes in this movie. It was the best iteration of Colossus that has been on film.
I really like that Colossus.
Oh yeah.
And mostly just like from an action. One, he was actually Russian.
Yeah.
And two, like his action scenes were really good.
Yeah, no, they made Colossus feel believable. Like he didn't seem overpowered, even though he's entirely made of fucking titanium or whatever the fuck it is.
Well, it's organic metal, I believe. I've read wikis.
Yeah, I have no idea.
But the only other comic book thing I want to mention is Daredevil.
I've not seen any of Daredevil, not even season 1.
Dude, you need to watch it. It is by far
just as good as Ben Affleck's movie, I'm telling you.
No. Better. Much better.
Low bar.
Much. It's the best superhero show out right now, bar none.
Oh, hands down. It makes Arrow and the Flash look like sad jokes.
And like season 1, amazing. The villain in it is incredible. Season 2 as the Punisher. It's Shane from Walking Dead is the actor. Can't remember.
And I would say he played a fucking incredible version of the Punisher.
Yes.
Because usually Frank Castle is just a rage moment-filled, like very subdued individual.
He's Ben Affleck's Batman.
He played a very good manic, like, what's the word I'm looking for here? Vigilante, because this was more vigilante than like vengeance seeker that Castle usually is. This was
he was vengeance seeker. He was incredibly vengeance seeker.
He's seen more.
He was just killing everyone to get to the people that killed his family.
Let's not forget what he did to the shopkeep vendor in the fucking first episode.
Yeah, but I mean, that's just he had kids,
Still.
and just like, and I mean, it's his pathos.
Yeah.
You're a criminal. You dead. I don't care what you did.
It's like I'll forgive these minor infractions, but this little bit, nah, you're getting the bad.
Oh, child porn.
I was trying to keep all details away because DA hasn't watched it.
Well, it's gonna be a while, and he'll probably forget everything we say. So
I don't know. I think.
Or I'm probably just never gonna watch it.
you just no interest at all.
Not really.
How come?
It's really just I'd never really liked Deadpool from what I've seen, you know.
No, that's a shame.
Deadpool? You mean Daredevil?
Yeah, my bad. Sorry. You know what? No, I watched the movie, but then I didn't want to watch the movie, and I'd never watched the movie, so I don't even know who Deadpool is.
What's a movie?
Oh boy.
Pictures can move? So
What is this, Harry Potter? What's Harry Potter? The fuck's a book? What are words? Oh no. We're getting to that point here.
So I'm just gonna mention a spoiler, just because it's my favorite scene in this, and it deals with Frank Castle in Daredevil. You've seen all of it?
Of course.
The diner,
Holy shit, that was a great part.
all of it. His whole conversation with Karen,
Yeah. No,
and just that whole thing, and the subsequent lead up of the two dudes that come in was just fucking incredible.
Yeah.
just-
No.
It was violent. It was emotional.
Anytime he had dialogue, he nailed.
Mm-hmm.
From the intro conversation between him and Dee Dee on the roof
Mm-hmm.
to the, like you said, the diner scene, to the end when he was telling Karen about the service. Not Karen. He was talking to what's his name. Okay, Daredevil on the boat. Sorry,
Yeah.
just all of it. I knew they casted Punisher right from the beginning. I never had any doubts. Shane just fits it.
So, do you think that the Wilson Fisk from Daredevil will ever appear in Spider-Man at all? I want him to.
Vincent D'Onofrio makes an amazing. He makes a really great Kingpin for the show, but I don't think he fit in with the cinematic universe.
Well, he's a part of it,
No, he's not. He's part of the Netflix universe.
which is a part of the cinematic universe.
No, it's in the same vein, but it's disconnected.
No, they clearly mentioned stuff from the cinematic universe.
Okay. They make reference to it a lot, but they're not the same. You never see anybody from the movies on the Netflix shows. You see it with the Netflix shows on the movies. They're connected yet disconnected at the same time. They're one universe, but different worlds. You understand?
Not really, just
We will
because.
never see Jessica Jones, Daredevil, or anybody else ever in a cinematic part.
I don't agree with that.
No, they've already said it's never going to happen.
Where? I have not seen this.
In the beginning of Daredevil, they said there's plans for Netflix series should Daredevil succeed, but the chances of them ever making it into a crossover is very slim.
There was a
yeah,
reference on
there's-
S.H.I.E.L.D. about Daredevil Season 2.
Yeah, again, the TV shows they all.
Sif
talk
was
about
in
it.
S.H.I.E.L.D.
Was she?
Yes! They are
didn't
the
see that
same world. There's literally a line in Daredevil Season 1 where, the last I checked, that this vigilante wasn't wielding a shield or a hammer. These people exist in this world.
Okay. I didn't see the Sif episode, so I guess that's why.
Yeah, Sif has made appearances on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Phil Coulson! He was in Avengers!
Again, but he's not going back to being in the cinematic. That's what
Or DA, you got some gas going on, man.
No, that's my dog snoring.
Oh.
Sweet God!
Yeah, she has breathing problems.
She sounds human.
I thought you were burping.
Yeah, no, she's
Wait,
She's
we'll see
not
who in
well.
Avengers 3. Hold on. Versus who will we see in Avengers 3?
Come here. Come here.
I'm not interested in this. Is actually
Maybe some of the Defenders. So, one of the other things I want to mention, it's been a big hubbub on the internet as of late. Where am I? Okay, here we go. So, as a lot of people have heard, who are fans of anime specifically, there's a Ghost in the Shell movie coming out.
Oh dear lord.
And they have casted Scarlett Johansson as the lead. Which, I have no problems with Scarlett Johansson as far as an actress. Perfectly fine. But this movie has kind of brought up the topic of whitewashing in Hollywood to the forefront.
Oh, Dee Dee, Jessica, and the Defenders are all going to be in the new Avengers movie.
Yeah, get fucked, Ralph.
What the fuck? Oh, no, all I was bringing up was stuff I read back in the day. I guess a lot has changed since then, as of course it should have. But wow, that's awesome. No, if Daredevil's gonna be a part in the Avengers, even a small part, that's huge. Because all in all, I think we said before we talked about Daredevil season 1 back in the day, the casting for the entire show of Daredevil was flawless. So I would love to see him get even a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Bigger budget.
I'm fine with Daredevil staying on TV, or like TV show format. There's more room.
No, I mean I'd like to see him in a
movie. Okay.
Yeah, like actually have a role in some part of the MCU, just because he's perfect. Dear God, that dog.
I'm gonna go get her some water.
So I'll wait.
And I didn't like Jessica Jones, so I'm not exactly excited to see her in anything else. I wasn't impressed.
I didn't mind it. Very different show tonally. I mean, the Purple Man was a great villain.
I mean, 'cause that's fucking what's his name? Guy's a great actor. So David Tennant. David Tennant's an amazing actor. So the fact that when he was cast for Kilgrave, I was just like, yeah, that'll work. Hands down.
Kevin, I won't do it this time.
What?
I will do it at some point in the near future. Nothing. You don't need to know anything.
Huh?
You don't need to know anything. Go on as you were.
I heard the name said, the name of evil.
Yeah. You
The
messaged
name
me
of
about
rage.
something. You messaged me.
Oh, go fuck yourself, Kevin. Stop with the stupid shit.
All right. So,
Hey, come here. Hey.
behind the scenes of the YouTube, I almost said the old podcast name. Oh, the podcast of stuff. With DA,
POS.
POS. Daddy picks.
Oh, God.
It's not gonna happen, right? It's not gonna happen this time. I'm gonna save that for a full cast. And
No,
and new
That is not porn in the background. That's a dog drinking water. I want that.
and new viewers. Like if we can get like a lot of new stream people, then yes, I will oblige you. I'm just waiting for Matt Smith to be casted as a Marvel villain like other Doctor Who actors.
I mean, what, wasn't Matt Smith in a Marvel movie? No, he wasn't. I'm
No.
thinking of Thor, Dark World.
So, DA, you're back?
Yes.
Okay. So, because
Hopefully that'll stop our horrible man snoring.
So I wanted to talk about Ghost in the Shell and whitewashing in Hollywood.
Oh, the Dragon Ball evolution effect.
It's not really even that, just because Dragon Ball, like, to me, like, there's kind of a, this is a very specific situation. So Dragon Ball, there's really no ethnicity in Dragon Ball. They're just Earthlings. It's never stated, like, they are Japanese.
No, there's beast people and then there's humans.
Yeah, and then for example, Full Metal Alchemist. All of the people's names are very Western, like Edward Elric, Roy Mustang, Louis Armstrong. Like, Those are
Well, no,
Western names.
The world of FMA is based on our world as well. The geography is the same. They're basically smack dab in the middle of Europe.
Yeah. And I mean, it's like very European names. But so like in that case, it's whatever. You can have Western actors in that.
Yeah.
Ghost in the Shell though is set in Japan in the future.
But not all of the people in the organization are Japanese. They established that in the show. We don't actually really know the Major's ethnicity or even actual sex. They question that multiple times throughout the series.
She has a Japanese name though.
Yeah. Again,
Kusanagi, and a lot of like the other people in that have lived in Japan have Japanese names. If they had like, to me, if a character is established as a certain like ethnicity, they have a certain sounding.
Oh no, Mike, your mic. We lost Mike.
Perfect.
There we go.
Ooh.
My mic unclipped for some reason. That was weird. Sorry for that sound. If you guys heard that, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
We heard you.
Okay, cool.
We just heard somebody drop the beat. So.
Yeah.
Oh, stop! No. Oh God. Super White Boy does drop beat.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, but moving on. If a character is essentially if a character is a certain ethnicity, or it's heavily implied that they're a certain ethnicity, you should probably cast an actor or an actress.
No, I agree. I was
that
just
is
playing
that
devil's
ethnicity.
advocate there in the beginning.
And like to the point where I read an article where they're developing visual effects software to make Scarlett Johansson.
No, they were looking into it originally. It didn't work out.
Yeah, but the thought though is kind of what matters there. They're trying to develop technology to make her look more Japanese, or look Japanese, not Japanese. So, yeah, it's. I mean, it kind of happened with Dragon Ball. You can say that, but there's been a lot of other movies. The Last Airbender, for example, like it had a lot of Asian influences, and even just like certain characters were, had certain skin coloring, had a very certain look to them as far as the ethnicities in the Avatar world. And then, like, for Avatar and Sokka, like, the two, like, darker-skinned people in the show, they cast 2 white people. And the most pale people in the show, they cast as Middle Eastern, like, Arabic people.
Yeah.
Which is, like...
Can we not give Last Airbender any credit, please?
I didn't hate that movie. I actually kind of liked it. I will stand to this day that is not a really bad movie. It's not a good movie, not a bad movie.
I disagree.
No, it's bad. It's not as bad as Evolution, but in the same spectrum.
It is perfectly watchable.
Bullshit.
Earthbenders. There's Earth all around you.
Now. I'll say there were some absolutely terrible parts. Like 8 Earthbenders doing this and really elaborate.
Oh God!
And then one little tiny rocket slowly drifts across the screen. Oof.
What is Tom Cruise's character's name in the Japanese book for Edge of Tomorrow? DA, you should know this.
Not the film, the book.
Oh my goodness, you're putting me on the spot. It begins with a K.
Is he Japanese in the book?
He is mostly. Yes, the way that the book works is a bunch of Americans come to the Japanese base, and the main female character Rita is from America. But it's actually really smart because they have there was a dispute about, hey, we have to get rid of these things, so we all have to communicate with each other. So they just created this middle line. Everyone can communicate with everybody language. It's really good.
Okay, I'm just like Versus posted about that, and I mean they changed the setting to make that work, but it still kind of goes into the whole whitewashing aspect. I mean the movie, I liked Edge of Tomorrow, but and from all intents and purposes, it seemed like a good adaptation for a Western audience. I don't know how the Japanese reacted to it. what are some other good examples of whitewashing? We got Avatar, Dragon Ball. There's a samurai movie. I'm blanking on. Last Samurai? Is it Keanu Reeves?
I don't think it was a comic, was it?
I don't know. Let's see. Last
No, I think that was just an original story.
Samurai.
Oh no, there was a remake of a Japanese movie that had with Keanu Reeves, the 21 Samurai or something like that.
That was actually Tom Cruise, but for Last Samurai.
37 Samurai. That's it.
Ronin. I remember there was 37 Ronin or something like that. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Might have been Ronin. You gotta be right.
So let's see. I bet you if I can just Google Hollywood whitewashing, bet you a bunch of movies will come up.
Oh God.
First thing that comes up in the image search, the Avatar casting. Shows like Aang, Katara, and all of them right next to each other. Oh, the two Egypt movies. They had, was it the Gods of Egypt that just came out recently, and then the Moses movie that came out recently.
Huh?
They had white people cast in it. Oh, Prince of Persia as well.
Oh God, that was bad. That was another really bad one.
Prince of Persia was amazing.
No, it was not.
I love that movie.
Your tastes in movie is just bad.
Yeah.
All right, no, you're making me drink. Now, come here, whiskey.
You know something? I just remembered this. The Lone Ranger cast Johnny Depp as an Indian.
There you go.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh.
I'm glad that movie made $3.50.
About $3.50.
That is image number 4 in the image search for Hollywood and whitewashing. And that's number 1 is Christian Bale in I believe it was Exodus. I believe the movie was called. Johnny Depp in Lone Ranger. Jake Gyllenhaal in Prince of Persia. And then I don't know who the last one is. That might be the original Moses movie. That I can't. It's one of the Ten Commandments. Yeah.
The original Moses movie.
The one that whatever. Yeah, it was the first one ever. No other Moses movies came out before that movie. I'll fight you.
Yeah. Put your dukes up, son. We're gonna battle over these movie questions. Yeah, come on, yeah. Buddy show. Come on, left, right.
So I mean, do you guys have any strong opinions on this?
To be honest, not really. And the reason I'm gonna say I don't really care about the whole whitewashing, quote unquote, is because this is a movie being produced, directed, and done by Hollywood, based in America, where our actor pool is mostly white. So, yeah, you can always import actors, but they're not going to actually be used to the way things are done in Hollywood in comparison to how it's done abroad.
There's people of Japanese American descent that are actors.
I'm saying the pool they have to pick from here is, of course, based off of the majority. Who can they get? Let's not forget the way the current system of everything works, name recognition. So if you can get an established actor for a role you're not exactly confident in, you're going to do it because that seems like the safest bet. So in the end, it's business. This isn't, it doesn't make, what's the word here I'm looking for? It doesn't make it too, I had a word and I lost it. Now I'm trying to figure another word out to use here and it's not.
Penis.
It's not too much of the peening of Christmas, but it's close enough. No, but it's not too hard to understand here why this happens so much. But it's also, yeah, it needs to be addressed slowly but surely because we have seen a more influx of foreign actors making it big here. Like, there's the thing is, you always see the same list of like 5 if you think about it. There's like the 2 big Japanese guys from The Last Samurai. and those the two big guys you see in like every big Asian, Japanese, or foreign Asian role really. Ken Watanabe. Every main Asian role is usually Ken Watanabe. Batman, Godzilla, Last Samurai. Every big role will require somebody of authentic.
Wait, Batman?
He played Ra's al Ghul.
Oh yeah. The fake one.
Yeah, the fake one. But of course, that took place in the fucking Himalayas. So they had an Asian guy being Ra's al Ghul, and who was the authentic Asian guy? Ken Watanabe. It's unfortunate, but as of right now, until the pool of actors find somebody like for Star Wars, for instance, they found their Finn wasn't he on a bunch of YouTube things? I forget where they found him exactly. He wasn't Hollywood name, much like Rey. They were both like unknowns. Were either of them in movies before Star Wars? I don't know.
They're in movies, but nothing huge.
Nothing big. Okay, but they were in movies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that throws that argument out then. But I mean, not really. Until they find somebody that fits what they want and that they can be confident in, because that's what it comes down to mostly is the confidence in getting ticket sales. So until there's an Asian actress or actor that fits this certain role for this certain thing, you're not going to see it. And that's why you saw, like, Keanu Reeves. Not Keanu Reeves. No, it was Keanu set to play Spike Spiegel.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, these things happen not because of, I'm going to say, yeah, whitewashing is a thing, but you have to remember the subsequent reasons for the whitewashing, and it is the actor pool. The companies don't want to put their money into a project that they don't think they're going to get a return on. That's not how business works in any facet. Is it right? Not really. We want to see authenticity. But is it business conscientious to take that kind of risk all the time? No. So, I mean, it's a catch-22.
Well, yeah, like, there's one versus the actress from Pacific Rim. Hello? Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I get
They are out there, and in all
I'm saying
honesty,
they're out there. But thing is, also gotta remember that Pacific Rim is viewed as a massive failure all around.
I'm curious though, because this Ghost in the Shell movie is not going to draw in a bunch of non-anime fans, if I had to guess.
Of course.
And I'm wondering if the backlash of this whole thing it's going to bite them in the ass, actually.
I think more than likely will, because we're at that point where Mako, that was her name in. It's a hard thing to place because it's the time frame of when these things are being made that matters. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a more socially conscientious internet, and raise enough of a ruckus, you might actually do something.
Yeah, unless you're, voting. But hey, fuck that, right?
DA, did you vote?
I stepped away halfway through the conversation. I didn't feel comfortable jumping in. My dog had something in her mouth, and I didn't want it to choke.
No, that's fine. That's a reason.
Oh, no, for you, I'm asking, did you vote in the election?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Okay, there we go.
So I can't complain. Or I can complain more. I don't know how this works.
According to politics, either one works, because no one's going to listen to you anyway.
Yeah. But let me get my 2 cents on this whitewashing thing before you move on.
Yep.
I had an Asian friend a while back, and we had a movie class together. And she was talking about how, she didn't really have anyone in Hollywood to look up to when she was growing up. Every Asian actor was either seen as a joke or a stereotype. And I don't think it's right for them. There should just be one. Like us black people, we have our Denzels and our Halle Berrys and whatnot. But there's not just that one Asian or that one Arabic. If chances were given, I think that they could be found, but like Pro said, why take a chance when you could possibly fail on it?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think I think this movie is going to be the lesson learned. That you discipline your dog and you do it good. But that
You got a good heart. I admire your spirit.
what?
Okay, so apparently your dog follows the art of Bushido.
Very honorable.
I appreciate your hunt.
And this is whitewashing incarnate on the podcast right now.
This is just
Our
racism.
dog
It's not whitewashing. It's just
our
racism.
dog is 100% black with a white tip tail.
Go figure. What kind of dog you got?
I don't know. The mutt.
So is it a pit bull? Is it a pit bull? Or is it a pit bull? Because you're in Detroit.
It's a Rottweiler pit bull mix.
It's made for fighting and killing people. Get at me.
A little bit
She
of
only
wolf.
drinks malt liquor.
Did you just say liquid?
Liquor.
Oh, God.
I drinks the liquor.
What are you eating?
Malt liquor.
Come here.
So there's something else that popped into my head that I wanted to mention. Fuck, what was it? You don't have an Xbox, do you, Ralph?
Xbox One, no.
Ah, damn it, no Gears 4 beta for you. Oh,
I don't want it. Kevin
DA,
hates it.
Yeah, DA.
since you're the only one here to represent, it would be better if your brother was here, but WrestleMania.
No, we talked this last week, didn't we? Because of the New Day.
Nope.
Myself and BG were talking about having a podcast. Because there's a lot to say, and screw Roman Reigns.
Well, I
Did he
To
would.
win?
this day,
Did he
it's
win?
just in perhaps the most boring WrestleMania main event of all time.
I remember seeing Stone Cold, Mankind, and Shawn Michaels came out at one point.
Yeah.
What was that for?
The New Day had just lost their match, and the League of Nations, which is just 4 big foreign guys.
Naturally.
It's literally just an Irish guy and a British guy, a Bulgarian, and a Mexican. They're called the League of Nations. So they're coming. They're like, we're the best. There's no one that could take us. No one. And then Shawn Michaels' music hitting in. Mick
So
Foley.
basically, for no reason, this happened.
Yeah,
No build up.
it's just because it was the WrestleMania was supposed to be the biggest of all time. They were trying to draw 100,000 people, and Shawn Michaels got really mad at Stone Cold
Oh, really?
For
because
what?
3 months before Vince McMahon called them and were like, "Hey, you guys are gonna do this," and Shawn Michaels was like, "Okay, I'll get in shape, have a nice little." He got there. He had his gear all ready, his wrestling gear. Nobody else did. Mick Foley just came out in sweatpants, and
Well, that's what Mick
Austin
Foley
came out in jeans and a shirt. He's like, "Whoa, I thought we were gonna do this," and it was like, "Nope."
No, I mean, Mick was in his standard outfit though.
Yeah, but Stone Cold he didn't even try.
When does Stone Cold fucking pretty much hates WWE at this point? He's on record as saying so on his podcast.
He said he hates what they're doing with certain people in certain aspects. He
That
doesn't
pretty
hate
much
them.
sums up the entirety
because-
of what they are.
He,
Yeah.
he still gets a paycheck for him, so he can't just come
Yeah,
out.
he won't
all
come
out
out
and
and
say,
say, "I
"Die,
hate you."
Vince.
No, but of course,
You need to die, Vince."
If you
Then
read
we'll
between
get
the
better.
lines, the man fucking hates the entire bit of it.
Oh man, I hate Roman. What?
I hate Roman Reigns. Pay me.
No, and I was like, he didn't even say, I hate Roman. What? You suck my dick. That's about like a Stone Cold said so.
I'd like to go more in depth
Aren't
with
they
this with
also
BG.
completely glassing over Bray Wyatt now?
Oh,
I read the cliff
My-
notes of the wrestling things.
my
because
heart
of-
hurts for Bray Wyatt.
They're fucking him over from what
Yeah.
I'm seeing. Like really,
Here's-
really hard.
Here's what it was. A couple months ago, It was just Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, and Eric Rowan, a perfectly serviceable stable. But then they were just like, hey, we got this really, really big guy named Braun Strowman. We're just going to throw him in there with you guys. And Braun Strowman is a terrible worker. He can't wrestle. He can't talk. He's got a weird face. I don't like him. So he's the big guy. Even at one point, he was supposed to go against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. At one point, he was supposed to go against Undertaker at WrestleMania. Both fell through because he's terrible. What Bray Wyatt did at WrestleMania, The Rock came out and did The Rock things, which I'm sick of. I'm sick of The Rock. I haven't liked The Rock in years. All he does is come out, say his catchphrases, puts down the current performers, and then it just leaves. He gets over. Nobody else gets over. 5 stars, Rock. What he did, he came out, did his catchphrases. Bray Wyatt came out. He put down all 3 of the Wyatt family because Luke Harper is the best worker of the Wyatt family. He's injured right now. It sucks, but that's what it is. So it was The Rock versus 3 people who are bigger, not stronger because The Rock is jacked, but bigger, and
The Rock can go on steroids now.
He's bigger. The Rock is outnumbered, and he's still just putting them down. Oh, you're inbred, and you look like Duck Dynasty, blah blah blah, Rock things, and he's just putting them down to his face, and they're just standing there taking it.
Yes, sir.
And then
yes, sir.
And then The Rock is like, you know what? We're gonna have a match right now. You, the big one, come on, we're gonna have a match. Ding ding ding. He rocks bottoms 1 2 3. 4-second match. Okay, that wasn't Bray Wyatt. It was one of his cronies. But then, once that happened, the other 2 Wyatt family members started surrounding The Rock, and John Cena came back, and then they both beat all of the Wyatt family. Hey, we're friends now. 5 stars. I hated it. I don't like The Rock. I'm sick of it. That's what they're doing, and then he became Bray Wyatt is a face, maybe, or something. I don't know. I like Bray Wyatt a lot, but.
I know you guys do. That's why when I was reading about it, I was like, oh, they've got to be upset at this.
Yeah. It's not good. But a lot of WWE is not good right now.
Do you think that Vince has a few years left in him before he's done with this?
What do you mean, wrestling or life?
For him, it's both. So
exactly,
both.
because me and BG go, he's not going to quit until he's dead. He's going to be in a coma just going beep, beep, beep. Oh, that means book Roman Reigns over.
But I think I have a feeling almost that Shane's return is kind of coinciding a bit with trying to get him back in the light of it so he can step down.
No.
Again, it's probably just a hope of mine because I feel like
that's all it is.
Because I feel like if Vince literally stepped away and let maybe Shane take over, we might see a resurgence. Because Vince, he's done. He's done.
Vince, it has been done for years, and he doesn't realize it. Everybody realizes it, but him. But no, that's not what it is. Shane is there to grab ratings because ratings are very, very poor right now, and the people have been calling for Shane for years now. And now he's on, and it's not because he trusts Triple H and Steph to run the company when he dies. That's what he said.
Really?
Not when he dies. I think he said when he steps down, but it's gonna be death. He's not just gonna step down because Triple H has been interviewed saying that he goes. He was interviewed and he was like, what is Vince McMahon outside of wrestling? What did you like to do? He was like, I've never seen Vince do anything but book shows and work out. So that's his life. That's all he knows. That's all he's gonna do. Until he goes even more senile or dies, he's gonna be in the business. And I don't think Shane is there to take over. I think that's gonna go to Triple H and Steph.
Do you think they can handle it?
They're doing pretty well. Well, Triple H is completely in charge of NXT, and NXT is very flourishing right now. NXT is the quote unquote developmental, and it's going very well right now. They've got most of their bigger people have been called up to the main WWE roster, and most of them are doing really well.
Okay,
that's Owens, right? He was from there.
Kevin Owens, yes. Kevin Owens, Big E, Langston. I hear some stairs. Uh-oh. Right near the end.
I had to have a conversation with my best friend. What do you want?
We're talking
Don't
wrestling Ali now.
schedule
Really?
shit.
What about
He
it?
can't, why do you think he can hear you?
Cause I'm yelling.
They always do that the second we come in. It's just like,
Yeah,
we
they
got
start
Bluetooth
talking.
or
What is
something.
that?
No.
Put on some damn
Oh,
headphones.
I literally have no clue where the splitter is.
Really? You don't know where shit is. Where you finally found that, though.
Yeah. It was in the couch.
It's always
Because
in the
of course
couch.
it was.
It's always on the couch.
So this
Okay,
is
how
what.
did the Deadpool and everything discussion go then?
Eh.
Really?
Well,
Looking back,
He can't hear you.
that movie's not as good as I thought.
get on headphones. Put
I
them
would
on.
give
They're calling for your arrival.
I
They
can't.
wants it.
Just
Okay.
Whoa, whoa,
You-
whoa.
you
Let me
talking
consult
without-
to Mike, Jesus Christ. He don't smell that bad.
it's just permeating.
I've
terrible.
never heard the word hippo so much.
It's terrible.
Well, Ralph is here.
Oh, snap.
Oh, well, you guys are lucky because originally we were gonna have our discussion in the hookah bar, but I was like, let's just do my driveway in case it's awkward after the fact.
Yeah, I've got nothing.
It's probably in the couch, the abyss.
It's definitely in the couch.
Look in the
Oh,
couch.
why is everything falling.
He's looking in the couch.
He's looking in the couch.
I think GB was dying earlier.
Why do you say that?
She was snoring a lot louder than usual.
Dog, she snores like a. Oh!
Gave her some water. Seems fine now. She kept eating things. I don't know what.
Well, dogs
He is a
usually like
dog.
food. You know, just throwing that one out there.
Really? I thought they subsisted on sunlight.
No,
Sir, you might need to might need to read a book or something about a dog.
How about we just do the speakers and there be an echo?
No.
No.
No, 2 no's.
You know what? It's time I took over this. Cause clearly I'm the leader here.
What?
2 votes. 2 votes for VG.
There you go.
No.
No, I'm saying I and you vote. Neither one of them.
Oh no, I know what you mean. Me and you.
It's a hostile takeover, Mike.
Yeah, it's not happening.
We
Oh,
gotta
you know
put.
what? Get
We
up.
gotta put down Ant-Man and Black Panther over there.
Mostly, don't do an echo, just because that'll sound
No,
horrible
he
to the
was
people
really-
on stream.
Yeah, no.
That splitter was literally here.
Technical.
Oh, this is
difficulties
some
return
good
Yep.
again.
This is where we would put elevator music if we weren't live streaming.
You can still edit it on YouTube.
Could. Don't want to.
Probably should.
This
Versus-
is why we shouldn't tidy up anything ever.
Versus,
No.
you shut the fuck
Sure.
up.
Nobody cares about your flirty and ideals, friend.
No.
Checking those 2 baskets by your bed.
Oh, okay.
So,
BG's going away.
was Ralph on the money? when-
Forever.
Forever? Okay. And with that, BG has left 2200 Productions. It was a good run, BG. The whole 1 episode and 5 minutes. But what the fuck were we talking about? Wrestling.
Yeah, wrestling.
So, has there been anyone? Just because I tend to like the out there characters, like the Undertakers, the Kanes, the Bray Wyatts.
Gimmicks.
Yes.
Yeah, is there any gimmicks?
There's gimmicks and there's characters.
Yeah, gimmicks. He wants gimmicks.
Has there been anything Undertaker-esque besides Bray Wyatt?
Really dark, sort of cultish guy. No, not lately. There was one guy who was the anti. Wait a second, BG, come here for a second. This is something I do every now and again.
What's up?
What is the guy's name in all white wrestling guy?
Mordecai.
And his other name?
Kevin Thorne.
There you go. There was a guy named Mordecai who was supposed to be the anti-Undertaker. He was dressed in all white and he carried a giant cross and he was not good. This was
His
years
gimmick
ago.
could have worked if he was
It could have worked,
anything.
yeah, but he wasn't. You didn't find it.
Nah. The problem, well, Shawn Michaels came out in that all white, and it was one of the hypest moments of Mania.
Yes, it was.
Descending from the heavens while Undertaker arose from hell.
And the white smoke, it was great.
I do remember that match. Good one. Good.
Oh snap! Here it is.
Cool.
We found it.
Where was it?
A second for adjustments.
1,000.
Shut up. Okay. Now that I'm unplugged, they can't hear me.
Yes.
Oh, this episode has been trash.
Really?
Oh my goodness.
I expected as much.
Oh, this
Clearly,
unlistenable.
clearly they need the backbone of. Oh, we're back. We're back.
So yeah.
We heard you the entire time.
Those
That-
words.
It was a joke.
Yes.
Why
know.
would? Okay.
I'm killing the joke because it was a bad joke.
That's what you deserve, silence, Ralph.
Exactly.
Now BG was adjusting.
Yep. Okay, I'm good.
So, actually, let's get BG's opinion on the.
I wouldn't do that because every time I tried to, they would cut out in and out on when I went online. I don't know.
Okay.
On why?
Sure.
I don't know why.
So,
Oh, it's
BG
because we have a proxy server up.
Okay.
Keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So one of the things we talked about, and I actually would want to get your opinion as well. We were talking about the whole Ghost in the Shell whitewashing in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
We all kind of gave our 2 cents on it. Curious what you thought.
It's smart because it doesn't alienate enough people.
So yeah, exactly what the
The problem being, like, with the wise one or the ancient one, my bad, the ancient one, and Doctor Strange being white as well. There's a huge Chinese market, and there's areas in Chinese markets that are at war with other areas, kind of. So if you have a film where you're looking at it, and it's just like, oh, this is a Chinese person, that part of China won't go see it. Oh, it's a Tibetan person, China won't go see it. Like, you can't do that. At the same time, you have to realize America is your largest market. So you want recognizable names, faces, and you don't want to really alienate anyone. So what you have to do is risk reward. What is the least amount of people we can alienate by doing this and get the maximum reward out of it? It is what it is.
I'm curious. I mentioned this earlier to everyone else, but like just with the hubbub that this movie has got in particular, I'm curious if this is going to flop immensely. So
If it's a bad movie, it'll flop.
Yeah, it is what it comes down to. If it actually is shot as a good movie, the bad press at opening will go away to the box office opening.
I'll put it this way. Fantastic Four didn't flop because Johnny Storm was black. It flopped because it was a terrible movie. That is what it is.
Yeah, that's essentially it.
see, I feel like there's a little bit of difference because even though he was black, the character is still American, like English American speaking.
Then I will put it this way to you, Mike. The Mandarin was not Chinese. It is what it is.
Very true.
Well, again, it also wasn't the real Mandarin.
No,
Matt Rogan said
he
that.
was technically the Mandarin. It
All-
is what it is.
You didn't know that until the movie came out.
So, and it's one of the highest grossing. It might be the highest grossing single character superhero movie.
Iron Man 3?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's true.
So, what can you do?
I would like to see because I feel like we haven't seen an online reaction as visceral as this for this kind of thing. Just because Ghost in the Shell.
Again, it's that point in time right now where everybody's fucking getting really upset at everything that's even the slightest bit deviating from being as soft-hearted as possible. It's like everything's a movement right now. You know what I mean? There's always a problem with something.
The way I look at it is, you simply cannot know what's going to hit in cinema. Look at Scott Pilgrim. Very faithful. Knives is Chinese. Everybody looks the way they're supposed to look. It didn't do as well as it should have.
No, not nearly as well.
Oh, yeah.
Not really damn good.
So like you can't. Okay, it has all this vitriol, sure, but who's gonna care 6 months from now? Like it's only in early production.
Oh yeah.
So by the time that trailer hits, who's still gonna care that she's not Chinese? They're gonna have accepted it by that point.
Yeah, the internet has a very short-term memory.
Exactly. So unless that movie is coming out next week, at some point people are just gonna be like, the trailer's gonna hit, and they're gonna be like, "OMG, awesome sauce."
And then you'll also get people who don't know anything about Ghost in the Shell, just some walk-in people looking for a popcorn movie.
Yeah, they'll see it in theaters like, "Oh, that looks awesome. Let's go see that."
Yeah.
And they'll look up information, and it won't be, "Oh, Scarlett Johansson isn't Chinese. This is awful." It'll be, here's the trailer. Here's some information about the movie, directors, whatever. Like,
The one thing like you mentioned, like the trailer, and people will say "awesome sauce." I'm curious what the reaction is going to be to the first trailer, because I can imagine the trailer also reminding people. They'll forget and they get reminded. I can see this going, the way of just as things have, people forget, and then it just, it does what it does. I don't know, something with this. I can
think of it like this. When Ben Affleck was cast as Batman, there was a lot of negativity.
Oh, fuck.
That first trailer came out and people went, "Awesome sauce."
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It comes down to the final product. The final product could even things out, could make it so that it's not even an issue. We don't know yet. To damn things just because it's, oh, she's not Japanese in this fucking casting, it's kind of ridiculous.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 did not do as badly as it did because Jamie Foxx was Max Dillon.
Mm-hmm.
It's a problem now, and it won't be in the near future. It's just like, it would be like seeing a Chinese person in a video game. It's like, they're not voiced by a Chinese person. There are people out there like that. But at some point, you just don't care. And at some point, the internet will collectively not care. There will still be those people like, she's not Chinese, it's
Japanese,
whatever.
But,
Japanese,
yeah.
She's not Asian, blah, 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 blah. And those people will be in the minority. The vast, vast minority. There's always going to be, the internet is a voice for everybody. And there's always going to be a voice against something. It could be the greatest thing in the world. There's always going to be a voice against something. No matter how popular or no matter how wonderful a video is, somebody will still thumbs it down. It is what it is.
Yep.
You can't know. Look at the vitriol for Justin Bieber. He was a sensation. Exactly. You still have those feelings for the guy. But at the time, he was ridiculously popular. At the same time, look at all
is.
still is. At the same time, look at all the love for Psy.
Ghosted. Gone. That second song dropped after Gangnam Style and nobody cares.
The internet is what it is. They're going to hate this for a while, and then it's going to become roughly a non-issue.
He actually did a song recently, Snoop Dogg. Psy.
See? I never even heard of it.
Yeah.
I never even heard about it.
Where did I see it?
You don't even know where you saw it.
I know.
Probably on YouTube.
Do you remember the first time you saw Gangnam Style?
Oh, well,
Or heard it?
2 billion people.
No,
Can
do you remember
recall
the first time you heard it? Or saw it?
Oh, it's definitely linked on Facebook, for sure.
Okay. You remember that, and that was like a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You don't remember where you saw this, and it may have been 3 weeks ago.
Mostly I didn't like the song at all.
The
You like
internet
Gangnam
is
Style?
what
I
it
don't know,
is.
Like, what?
What?
But you really liked Gangnam Style, though? Like, it was
Yes.
catchy.
I love that
Holy!
song.
Don't do this to yourself, Ralph.
No,
Don't
it
do
was-
this
it was-
to
no,
yourself.
No, it was fun to listen to. I'm not saying it wasn't, but looking back on it, did anybody really actually like the song, or was it just one of those catchy things that got stuck in your head?
I don't know. I mean, it depends on what you deem like what makes people like it. I mean, it's still, I think, the most watched video on YouTube, bar none.
Undeservedly. Oh, what happened to LMFAO?
Who? Oh, whoa.
Exactly. Like, the internet is what it is. These things become super popular, or there's some super hatred for it, and at some point people just go, and then they flip the switch, or they flip the script, or they just don't care enough either way. And that's the way I feel is going to be with ScarJo and this whitewashing. People are going to get their ire up now, and then at some point it's not going to be enough of caring from anybody.
All
Look
right.
at Gamergate.
Oh, man. Yeah.
That was huge on the internet. Now you'll see people talking about it. You'll see people for it and against it, but it's nowhere near the venom it was before,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no.
because the internet collectively moved on,
Yeah, it
and the
moves in
internet will
waves.
collectively move on.
The wave will reach its peak and then it'll break. That's just how it goes.
It's how it goes.
And them social justice warriors are still around, though.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
people that are against them are around too.
Yeah.
I follow a couple of them.
Oh,
So, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
yeah, no, true enough.
So, yeah, the whitewashing in Hollywood, you got to reach your maximum audience, and you don't want to alienate too many people. Now, do I like it? Not necessarily. I really, really hate it. If there's source material, follow the source material as much as you can.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like if I said this for Fantastic Four. If Johnny Storm, if the Fantastic Four was created just on script, like there was never a comic, and Johnny Storm has been black, I wouldn't care. Because, someone's writing it with the mindset of, we're a diverse America now, and we need some diversity in this film. And, there's a black main character. I wouldn't care. But Johnny Storm is white. So I didn't care about Samuel L. Jackson as
Nick Fury, just because they
there
made a
was some
version of him.
precedent there
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the Ultimate Marvel universe. There was some
I
precedent
wouldn't
there.
have cared one way or the other because he just does play an amazing Nick Fury.
So, I don't care there because he's been both black and white. Johnny Storm has always been white, so keep him white. Now, if this Spider-Man was black and he was Miles Morales, I wouldn't care because there's precedent there.
Mm-hmm.
There's no precedent for Johnny Storm, so I got very annoyed by it. But I understand it. And at some point, you just have to shrug your shoulders and go, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. Anything else you need to discuss with me?
Just kind of going along with that. I'm just curious if this will actually, I guess, have some longevity. We'll know once this first trailer hits for this movie, but
When's the first trailer supposed to hit? No word?
no clue. But
Then I'll say 3 weeks from now, you won't see a tenth of this.
all right,
Which is consequently my birthday. Why were y'all randomly talking about wrestling?
just going through just random things.
Oh no, we brought up WrestleMania because we were talking about how Mike has
What
to
a
talk to you about
crap
WrestleMania.
mania!
One of the
Do we
worst.
want to do this segment now? Or
Holy
do we want to wait
shit.
till next week?
What a crap mania!
One of the worst.
I don't know about that.
You know,
What are we talking about? Bottom 5, bottom 10?
bottom 5.
Bottom 5?
Bottom 5.
How many manias have you seen?
Since like 2000. Are we talking about live or?
No, not live. How many manias?
Oh,
have
I've seen back to like 95.
you- Wow, really?
Yeah.
And it's one of
That
the
was-
worst?
I was really bored.
You're talking 21 years of WrestleMania,
Yes.
and it's a bottom
Now-
5 mania.
Now, it's not their fault because, people get injured and all that other stuff, but then you got a 45-minute rock segment and
Oh, yeah, that was terrible.
Awful.
That just buried the Wyatts.
completely.
That was bad. And then the Zack Ryder thing, like that was a good
Just
moment.
to take it back.
I don't know what they're doing.
It was. It was.
Roman Reigns has to be a heel.
So
He's not a good guy. He's not a bad guy.
He's
Guys.
not a
He's
heel yet?
the
Does he not-
guy.
Guys,
Does he
guys,
not-
guys.
And the promo, what?
Do we want to talk about this now or save it for the next episode?
I mean, it would just be an episode dominated by DA and myself. Just dominated.
Well, I saw a little bit of it, and like I could chip in here and there. I would want to list it in all honesty.
Okay, well, yeah, we could save
I
it.
was gonna say just
Just
because.
terrible.
So the only other thing I wanted to mention, at least to you, BG, was since you're like the only other person here that watches sports. So both of our teams are facing each other in the playoffs right now.
Yes. The Pistons are growing up in front of our eyes. They are becoming a truly fantastic team, and I love it.
What the Cavs were going to do until LeBron was like, I'm gonna come home.
Oh my God, what is? They just welcomed him with open arms.
Oh
An
yeah,
abused wife that's just like, take me back, please.
it's
First wink and kiss her way, and they just fold their knees buckled, and they got moist.
it's very true, very very true.
And then they got Kevin Love and everything, and they still couldn't get it done.
Well, at least that was last year. This year,
that's what I'm saying. Last year they couldn't get it done.
yeah. Well, we kind of got fucked as far as injuries in the postseason with
Everyone gets screwed.
Kelly Olynyk pulling Love's arm out of his socket. That was cool. No, it wasn't. That pissed me off. And then just Kyrie shattering his kneecap. But
Welcome to 40 years of Lions football.
welcome to 50 plus years of Cleveland sports. All sports.
Look, y'all got a team named after a pretty good person. I don't know if it's worse to have tasted the mountaintop and then never again, or to never have tasted the
There's a
mountaintop.
literal saying for that. It's better to have loved and lost to have never loved at all.
I don't know if it is.
I don't know.
Because I mean,
I've
No,
been in
because-
love before. It's
because you
Ask the New York
have
Mets.
that joy.
Ask the New York Mets.
Sure, it's
Fuck you, you have the
it's
Yankees.
teeter totter, but you have that high, you have that feeling
but
in your
you
heart.
also have you have the highest high.
Yeah.
But after the fact, you've tasted the lowest low.
Exactly. You can't go
You
no
wouldn't-
much lower. No
You
much
wouldn't
lower.
know that lowest low without that highest high.
True.
All
But-
you know is
but-
this is sucky.
But you could be at a 5 all of your life, but you go up to a 10 and remember that 10 feeling, and then you go all the way down to a 0.
And remember that zero
level.
feeling.
Yeah, so you have that's it called having experience, life experiences.
I don't know if some people don't want to.
my
Feel
life
that zero.
experience in sports is just failure and depression. So
Okay, Cleveland's always at a 3. Detroit literally was a 10 and a 0. They are the only winless team with the 16-game season.
Thank goodness.
The only.
Finally, something to get this town back on this right track.
Since I've been watching football, I think 2001, 2002, the Lions haven't won a playoff game pretty much since I've been born.
Good.
I think they won one playoff game mid-90s.
Now,
I don't know. It's like
but-
last year's playoffs for the NBA. Seeing that there was hope, and just watching it, literally watching the players wither away, just get beat up, torn down, having to have IVs for entire body cramps because he was guarding the best point guard in the league.
Okay, look at it like this then.
Watching an episode of Kuroko no Basket happen live.
The first 3 seasons of Matthew Stafford are number 2 draft pick, or it might have been number 1. No, it was number 1. He was seen as injury prone because he couldn't stay in the game. Calvin Johnson just retired. One of the greatest wide receivers ever, because he was just done. He just went, I can't do it with this team. And Barry Sanders did the same thing.
Toriyama would do that.
I hear a lot of bad. Dude, there is nothing worse than coming home to you going, Dragon Ball Super is so terrible. And then going to my Monday tournament like, Super so hype, yo, did you see?
The word dumpster fire.
So before, I would actually like to talk about Super for a few seconds, but I want to. So you keep saying all this stuff about the football team. You realize you've had a team win a championship in the last 15 years?
Yep. We're hockey town. We have had 23 straight years of playoffs, I believe.
So yeah.
In Detroit.
Fuck
hockey.
All of your arguments are invalid.
I don't watch sports, but I will always remember that image of them grown men crying on the field after they went 0-16. That image will never leave my mind.
Sir,
because that is so sad.
I would like to remind you of many
wait
of...
a second. I will also always remember LeBron James after losing the playoffs. He just put on his headphones, got his head down, and just walked straight to the back. Salt monster.
That same 0-16 game, I will never forget what the running back rolling on top of our player and going like 89 yards for a touchdown because everybody stopped because they assumed the play was over, but he never hit the ground. And after that, I knew it was over. And the crowd, because the Packers hate us, just chants, 0-16. 0-16. As grown men are crying on the sideline.
Crying.
0-16.
Knowing they will go down in
0-16.
history.
It was like 14 to like 31 in the fourth quarter, and they just went 0-16 for like 3 straight minutes. No matter how bad Cleveland is, they have never tasted the lowest of lows.
I would like to just name a few little moments here.
Is it an 0-16 season?
No.
Literally almost impossible. It is almost impossible not to win a game in football.
So, the shot.
Yes, amazing.
The block.
Yeah, amazing.
The fumble.
Amazing.
The drive.
Okay,
Just about every famous sports moment that you can possibly think of that has "the" in front of it, Cleveland is on the opposite end of that moment.
The problem there is that's heartbreaking.
It is
But it's
immensely
not-
heartbreaking. A 16-0 season is nothing. It's just nothing. It's already done. You have no expectations for it. You are in the moment. You can reach glory. It's there. You can see it. You can taste it. And then you fuck up.
Okay,
Gloriously.
it's immensely disappointing, but it's not completely winless.
Who cares at that point?
We did as fans. No one wants to be the team.
No. Think about it like this. 0-7, they're thinking like, could we possibly go 0-16? 0-8, oh crap, it's getting close. 0-14, no. And it's just weeks and weeks of that dread going, please just don't go down as the worst team in history.
We will officially go down as the worst team in football history.
And it's just weeks of that.
No matter how bad the Browns have been, are, and will continue to be, they will never be the worst team in football history.
Don't say never.
What is the lowest win for a season for the Browns.
I have no clue, but I'm just saying.
Think about this then.
I can tell you what it is for the Lions.
I don't doubt that Cleveland could at some point be an 0-16 as well.
Think of it like
I
this
don't
then.
doubt that.
No matter how bad Cleveland is, and you guys have had some crappy teams with some horrendous quarterbacks, you have never not won a game in a season. Ever. That is
one team, I will say, out of your many.
It's a.
Actually, you know what?
Quick.
You probably.
I want to cut in real quick because Versus made a really good point out here. When did this turn to a dick measuring contest of suck?
Very recently.
We suck more. No.
Oh, actually, you have had a championship within the last 10 years.
Yep.
Red Wings, 2008.
Yep.
So
and then the Tigers won the World Series like 3 years ago.
So I don't want to hear. You have one team that had a very bad moment.
The worst team in history.
Very bad moment. But you have not had consistent, consistently all of your teams.
Consistently winless. Consistently 0 wins. They consistently lost throughout a season.
Doesn't get more consistent than
It doesn't get more consistent than not winning a single game in a season.
No, I
They
think
consistently suck.
I think consistently all of your teams not winning for over 50 years. I think that's more consistent than 1 year.
You guys have been to the playoffs.
Very terrible year.
You guys have been to the playoffs many times.
That's great.
Okay, look at it. You get close and you don't make it, and it's heartbreaking. But that's for everybody. There's only one team that wins a year.
There is no other city that has more like famous moments in sports history that is on the opposite side of that than Cleveland.
That's fine. There's a lot.
No, that's awful.
No, there's a lot of heartbreaking moments.
And they are immortalized.
Yeah, and the Lions are
every
too.
year on ESPN when Cleveland maybe gets close, maybe not, or if they're just like, let's look at all these famous sports moments. Every time,
think of it like this.
Clevelanders have to look and just see Michael Jordan shooting over Craig Ello, watching the Browns fumble, watching just so much shit that we have dealt with.
He totally pushed off. Think of it like this, though. You guys are immortalized in moments, in footage, in the minds of America. You're not immortalized in the record books.
Cavs, I believe, are currently tied for worst record in the NBA.
We are above everyone.
There is no tie.
There is paper, documented proof. If you ever go, who was the worst team in the history of football? The Lions. You can't dispute it.
This is too good.
You can say, oh, what's the worst
But at
moment?
the end of the day, that is just your football team. Only your football team.
Think of it like this, though. If you're having a discussion with someone and you go, what's the worst moment in sports history? In football, basketball, hockey, whatever. In that sports history, people will say different things. They will bring up many things. Sure, they'll bring up a lot. A lot of people will bring up the Cleveland stuff, but a lot of people will bring up other moments. If you go, what's the worst team in football history? It is only one answer. They are the answer. The answer. You have some moments. We are the answer.
In all sports.
Sure. We are the answer.
5+ year drought.
Sure.
Your city has tasted victory.
Yes, and we've tasted the highest of highs and the lowest of lows.
In one sport. And
the lowest of lows it was more heartbreaking than anything I've ever experienced. Sports-wise, I'll say. It was completely heartbreaking. I remember that final game. I remember that Thanksgiving game of 42-10 or something like that. It wasn't even close. I remember these games. And this was 10 years ago. I was barely getting into football and sports. And I remember sitting through every 0-16 game. Just praying when we were like 0-11 that this doesn't happen. Because the year before, the Miami Dolphins had went 1-15. So I just prayed. Please, just one game. You have never had the
What
feeling.
year was that? What year was that? The 1-15 game?
05.
I had that feeling with the Cavs.
No. You have never had the feeling of please just one game.
I had that with the Cavs.
Why?
Because they were going to have the worst record in NBA history.
They were going to. We did. You know, what you went was, please win another game.
No, because they tied.
No. What I'm saying is, please don't lose this game. Please just win one more game. So you aren't officially the worst team ever. We went, please win one game.
Is it the worst record or is it the worst losing streak? It's one of the two.
I think it's losing streak.
Versus got you beat. The Buccaneers lost their first 26 games ever. Get on our level of suck, BG.
We lost 16 in a row. I think
First 26 games.
I think from the year before we had lost something like 21 games in a row in football. What's funny is, oh my God, if anybody ever says anything about preseason football meaning crap, the Lions went undefeated in their preseason games in the season they went 0-16. Come on now.
So getting off of the dick measuring contest of suck. So have you been paying attention at all to like the shit that the Cavs have been going through this season?
Nope. Why would I pay attention to the Cavs? They're not my team.
No, but they've had a lovely amount of drama that's been just on immense stupidity levels, like firing their head coach when they're first place in the East midway through the season.
That's dumb.
Yeah, like David Blatt was our coach at the beginning of the season, and they fired him because he apparently lost the locker room. And we had the assistant head coach who then took the position as head coach, and we seem to be doing worse after that fact.
If you're still first in the East, you can't say crap.
I know.
Then again, the East is garbage.
No, East is a lot better this year, dude.
It's a lot better, but it's still garbage.
Which actually,
compared to the West,
I think that like the top 4 teams in the West, yes, but I believe whoever was 8th place in the West this year had a losing record, and no one in the East had a losing record.
Okay.
So there's a shift happening, definitely. But,
yeah, but then the first team in the West is the greatest team of all time in basketball history.
What the fuck?
The greatest of all time.
So, I've seen this debate go on. Jordan's Bulls and that Golden State team. Who wins?
It's a
Wait,
dumb...
What did you just say?
Michael Jordan's Bulls, the team that used to have the best regular.
Are you talking about Stephen Curry and the Golden Warriors?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think that's a contest, really.
It's dumb because they play different eras of basketball.
Oh, yeah.
So, whose rules are we following here? Modern day or the 90s?
Well, from what I've, like, at least, like, expert opinion and stuff that I've read, and, like, I mean, everyone has been asking this question. Bulls went out in both.
Okay.
Just because
the Bulls were like a perfect team. Though.
Back, like, you know, if we're going by the rules in the mid-90s, Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson couldn't handle the roughhousing. And then in this generation, Pippen and Jordan would just ISO the crap out of them and just draw as many fouls as they possibly could. They would be thriving. And they'd have Michael Jordan. there's that.
The shot.
Fuck you.
The shot.
Fuck you. That's one of the sports moments where
One of the greatest basketball moments ever.
I don't know.
It's-
I don't follow
it was
so.
Game 7.
Jordan with a flu.
Yeah. Game 7.
Oh, the flu game.
Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Oh, I watched that game.
Or I'm not sure if it was
I
Eastern
watched
Conference
that game.
Finals, but it was a Game 7 in some point in the playoffs. And
My dad was a huge Bulls fan.
and yeah, it was a second or so left on the clock. Inbound pass into Jordan.
Give it that
Shoots
power.
over Craig Ello of the Cleveland Cavaliers and wins.
Whew,
Him and
beautiful.
that towel on his head, man. That was an image that is going down in history.
Yeah. And
I'm
guess-
sorry.
Guess who's on the opposite side of that point in history?
I don't think that's the greatest shot in basketball history.
What would you say?
Two of them beat it, and it was in the same game. It was the Western, I think it was the Western Conference Finals. It was the Spurs versus the Lakers. Tim Duncan, of all people, hit a three-pointer.
What a hero.
Like a ridiculous, no, it might have been like a contested, it was whatever. He hit a shot he should not have hit in 1,000 years.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, this game is over. Oh my God. Tim Duncan, 0.4 seconds on the clock. And then they inbounded. Guy flings up a three right in. I think it was Derek Fisher. Like, it
Not
beat
even
that shit.
Kobe.
It wasn't even Kobe.
Which actually, fucking talk about that.
Oh yeah, it's over. It's over, Johnny.
But his last game,
Yeah.
60 fucking points.
He was going out of boss.
I
Oh,
think like this whole year, like he's playing a little sparingly here and there, and then like you go to like him on the sidelines, and they're like icing every part of his body. They're like,
Oh, he
we
was
we are
worn out.
we are just trying to prepare him for this last game for him to just go bonkers.
And he went nuts.
Which I think like Shaq was quoted because he was at that game. Shaq was like, "Yeah, I challenged him to get 50 points. The motherfucker scored 60."
I did
Yeah.
50,
I chose
60.
So
The big deal.
one of the things, so on the big Aristotle Diesel,
Superman.
yeah, fuck Dwight Howard, which he's not even Superman anymore. That man is a shell. But
Boy,
so-
that is Clark Kent, Superman 2, or Superman 3, where they split and fought. Just a shell of a man.
Fuck, that happened?
Oh, God.
Superman 3.
What a... Oh!
so
Superman 3 and 4 are terrible.
I have not watched them. I've just
Calm
heard
down,
they're not
calm
good.
down. They're good.
I need to.
Universally ungood.
Not here.
Especially for
Not
you,
here.
nuclear man. Ugh.
So I'm assuming you guys did this too when you were younger, or maybe even now still. So
I know where you're going with this.
with you have a wadded piece of paper, you shoot it at a trash bin. What do you say?
Kobe.
Exactly. That's done.
Nope.
It for a little while, but like
Nope. I saw on Facebook this post. I don't give a fuck what Kobe did. I'm still shouting Kobe every time I shoot.
our
Did it-
generation, yes, but
Oh yeah.
the people younger, it's if I had to guess, people were gonna say Curry. Like,
Oh, they've been saying that.
and it's like it's
Yeah,
it's
they've been saying.
it's
So
weird
it
to
don't
think
matter
that.
if it's Kobe. Why?
I don't know. Just I mean,
It's the same thing with everything.
it
It's
is the same thing. It's it's the old man on the porch like kind of moment, I guess.
Nobody,
It's the
nobody says,
generational
like,
gap.
Jordan shit when they dunk anymore either.
It's the generational thing.
Oh yeah,
Our cartoons were better than yours. These cartoons suck.
yeah.
Except these cartoons actually suck.
Yeah,
Let's be real here.
Let's be serious here.
I like Gumball.
Yes, one show.
Dragon Ball Super.
How you
Amazing
enjoying that Powerpuff Girls though? Yeah, that's what I
Oh.
thought.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm going to give it an episode.
But
I'm going.
fucking. Oh, I'm terrible with names.
Blossom, Bubbles, Buttercup.
No,
So.
Teen Titans Go.
Ah.
What? Are you serious? That show is awesome.
No, it is not good.
That is awesome. Because you're looking at it.
Dude, Pro didn't like the Prince of Egypt.
I'm not gonna get into this with you. You're only
Wait,
looking at
wait,
Teen
wait,
Titans.
I like the Prince of Egypt. I didn't like fucking what's
Prince
it
of
called?
Persia.
Prince of Persia.
Oh.
That's worse. I'm not gonna
Oh
get
my-
into this with you. I'm not gonna get into this with
How
you.
did you like that?
I'm not gonna get into this with you.
The
That
movie.
at
was
least not today.
terrible.
You
At
like
least
the
not-
movie?
Oh, the movie? No. Ugh. No.
That's
I
what
thought
we're
it meant the
talking
game.
about.
That's what we're talking about.
Oh
the
yeah,
movie.
no crap's given there.
The games are amazing.
Okay, yeah, that's
Warrior
what I
Within
thought.
is one of the best things I've
Why?
ever played.
Why would you say I didn't like Prince of Persia when I think the movie?
Because we were talking about the movie earlier.
That means nothing to me.
Again, you weren't here.
Exactly. It means
Yeah,
nothing to me. I'm gonna think game.
You shouldn't have that mindset.
What were we talking about beforehand?
So we were mentioning cartoons, but I wanted
Teen
to
Titans
because
Go.
we
Oh,
talked.
okay. The problem you guys don't like Teen Titans Go is you're looking at it in the mindset of we lost the Teen Titans for this, or we lost Young Justice for this,
Yeah.
instead of just taking it as what it is. And it's
I'm not a big fan of the humor that they use in the show.
Two
to be
things.
honest.
Two things. First off, humor is very subjective. It's understandable if
absolutely.
you don't like it. It's very childish, but I think it's funny.
It's very
Second.
like it's most of its content to be like potty humor almost, not potty humor. It's childish. I'll
Sounded
consider
like you were
childish.
saying "party" in a New York accent.
Yeah. That's what I thought originally.
Second, one of the main writers for Young Justice was at Midwest Media Expo this past weekend, and he explained exactly why Young Justice did not get renewed.
And what was it?
Ratings were not good, and
Yeah.
the toys did not sell good.
Yep.
And that's all it was. Ratings were okay, but they were banking on toys, and the toys did not deliver.
Because the audience for Young Justice was mostly people that don't buy action figures, which was like teenage girls or something.
Yeah, that they were overwhelmingly.
So, teenage girls are going to go buy a Beast Boy thing. So they just went
I'm
whatever.
curious. They were rumoring that if it got enough views on Netflix, that they might do a third season.
You best believe I did my part.
Yeah.
I watched every episode.
I love Young Justice.
Did you guys talk about Daredevil season 2?
Yes, we did.
No,
A little bit.
We mentioned it in passing because Da hasn't watched it.
Have you watched Daredevil season 1?
No.
Okay. DA's not going to watch Daredevil. Who cares?
Okay.
Did not say that. BG knows. He knows the score.
Yeah. Like,
So
whatever.
we decided to hold off until we had you.
Have you watched it?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. I watched it in like 2 days.
Yeah, that's what I did. Too.
Punisher.
Wait.
Punisher was awesome.
Holy-
He
Okay.
needs a spinoff.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yep, easily.
what's your favorite scene for Daredevil season 2?
A lot of people say the staircase scene. That's not mine.
That's not mine
Not
either.
mine either.
It's actually something. It's actually the talk with Elektra, Stick, and Daredevil,
Ooh, that
where
was-
Elektra says this line, and I absolutely love every second of it. She says, "You're just another old man, scared of his disciple, or you're just another old man jealous of a disciple. You'd rather see me die than grow better than you," or something like that. It was just so amazing to me, that whole talk between them.
So I mentioned it before, but mine is the whole diner scene.
Oh yeah, the diner scene was good.
Just I loved just where it's like, you are in love. Like the person that you love, they'll rip your heart out, they'll beat it up, smack it up, stomp on it, and then shove it back in, and it's just like it's a crazy roller coaster of feelings. But I can't feel that anymore. I can't have that hurt anymore. I was just like, and then just right after him brutally killing those two dudes.
murder.
Just that whole scene, it was just like, he is fucking awesome.
I only hear two things, which is the jail scene and the prison scene.
The jail and the prison
No, the staircase scene and the prison scene.
of him just killing all the dudes.
Yeah,
My favorite part was the first talk they had on the roof when he had.
that was a really good talk.
That was one of the best dialogues I think I've seen in any television show in a very, very long time. because it wasn't one side just blatantly talking to the other. Both sides were communicating in just different ways. It was just so fucking good. I don't think you've ever come back from the war. It was so good.
I hated the cliffhanger ending.
I needed more.
It's not really a cliffhanger, though.
I hated the ending.
I needed more.
I agree. I hated the ending, but it wasn't really a cliffhanger.
Also, Gotham is terrible.
As is Arrow, as is Flash.
Flash's last episode was terrible.
Flash been going downhill this entire season so far.
Shane Garrett isn't as menacing as Eobard Thawne. That's the only reason why. This last episode of Flash, holy crap!
Yeah, bad, very bad.
They go, okay, release Wally, and I'll give you my speed. Wally's released. Barry is faster than Zoom at this point.
Yep.
And he goes, no one goes, get him, Barry. Go get him, Barry. He's like, I'm going to hold up my word and just give you my speed.
It's so bad. Literally, I read a review that really put it the absolute best anybody could have put it. It was, for the sake of furthering plot, they took some of the best and brightest that they have ever put up on screen and turned them into morons.
They were idiots to facilitate. Now, my only hope is that Wells put some of his speed draining serum in it. That's my only hope. Otherwise, it's over, Johnny.
Yeah, no,
and Arrow is just consistently garbage.
It's a shit. It's a shit.
There is not a... And then they killed... Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Yep.
Of all the people to kill.
Yeah.
They kill literally the only established comic character.
Yep. Yep. It was terrible.
Just wow.
Terrible.
They could have...
Apparently, get this, they didn't decide on who they were killing until halfway through the recording of the season.
Oh, yeah, I know that. What's even... Oh, the cliffhanger for Walking Dead. Did you guys talk about that?
It's Glenn. It's Glenn. It's confirmed it's Glenn.
No, it's not confirmed. Because of that leaked audio? What ifs?
That's pretty much confirmed.
No. They could easily make it anybody. Literally anybody.
Oh, I know it can't be anybody, but Glenn makes the most sense.
Yes, absolutely. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. Because technically at this point in the comic, Abraham isn't alive. Technically mean nothing.
Do they know? No, I'm thinking of the wrong person. I'm thinking of the fake scientist. Abraham, what's his whole thing?
The giant red head dude.
Yeah, I mean, what's his thing going forward? He's just like the soldier, or
yeah, pretty much. Then of course you got the red herring of Eugene. That's just a complete red herring. He's not dead. He ain't gonna die. Can't be Maggie. Absolutely.
You don't think Eugene's gonna die?
What?
You don't think they're gonna kill off Eugene soon enough anyway?
No. Oh, you don't read the comics. They
No.
can't. He's too awesome.
Is he?
Too awesome.
Well, how do you think they're gonna handle Negan?
They can't. What's gonna happen for this season finale is they recorded two different versions of it. One with him swearing and one with he not. On the DVD and maybe on Netflix, whenever that happens, he's gonna be his full swearing self. But they can't do that throughout an entire season of recording two separate scenes, one with him swearing and one with him not. So they're gonna have to tone him down because they've shown they don't have the testicular fortitude to have him say fuck.
Yeah. But I'm wondering if the tone down of Negan, because I have plenty of friends who read the comics and I've actually read up on Negan about this. So my problem is that now knowing this is if the toning down of Negan is gonna just make him just another governor. That's crazy.
He's not fun. Cause it was great. That whole speech was great. It was at times it was 1-for-1 for comics, but that emotional moment is an emotional moment. I get it. That's strictly show, and it was a great line without any swearing. But you can hear where he should be swearing.
Which line again?
he goes, nobody else try that again. I will shut that shit down so quick. When Glenn was trying to save Maggie,
Oh,
he said,
right,
I'll
right,
shut
right.
that shit down. No exceptions. First was free. It's an emotional moment. I get it. Great line. Strictly from the show.
Yeah.
But you can hear where he should be swearing. You're more pegged than you've ever... Like, that's terrible.
It is what
Yeah.
it is.
Negan is one of those characters where it's like he needs that little extra bit to complete him.
There's a moment in the comic. Does anybody care about spoilers?
I don't
Nope.
know. Go ahead.
Okay. There's a moment in the comic after All Out War where Negan is locked up in the place. What's with your face, DA? Oh, really? What? We'll get to that in a moment.
What?
We'll get to it in a moment.
Okay.
Negan is locked up, and it's like 2 years later. It's a time skip,
Okay.
and Rick goes to talk to him, and he says, "You've been domesticated, or you're more docile now. You don't even swear. You haven't said fuck in like 3 weeks. That means nothing because he doesn't say it in the show.
Yeah.
Now, what DA and I were talking about is apparently China died.
What?
Yes, the wrestler China died.
What? How?
I don't know yet. DA's looking through it.
This
But
drug
she
must be
did.
Very sad.
That's true.
I wouldn't doubt it was drug related.
I am 100% sure it's drug later.
She was a druggo.
Does WWE put up a graphic?
Depending, no, because they did it for Eddie, and he was a drug overdose.
Yeah, but she was a porno.
Yeah.
And that was
Here's
the
the
main
question.
reason.
Does she go in the Hall of Fame?
No.
No,
No.
she doesn't make it. No.
Why not?
Because everything that happened between her and WWE and what she did outside of WWE, it wouldn't. I don't think it's gonna happen. There's too
But
much
then
love lost.
you have things like Flair physically abusing his wife,
Yeah, so
and he's gone
at
in
the time.
2 or 3 times.
Plus Tyson.
Plus Tyson, who's
Yeah, but then again,
rape.
Yeah. There's also that whole thing of Ric Flair being the legend that he is, and China had a.
China was the 9th wonder of the world.
Yeah, but
She was pretty much the heralding of modern day women's wrestling.
I mean,
I-
let's not forget
I
Ric
see
Flair's been
champion
around
as
for
a
how
woman.
long? How long has Flair been around? China was around for maybe like a third of that.
Okay, still.
So it comes down.
They're
to,
putting in Jacqueline.
Wait, what?
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline, the black chick.
Yeah.
Okay.
No names. Why are they putting her in?
Okay, so because she was a women wrestler of that era.
Plus, she also lives in Texas.
So you have China,
Right.
who was the IC champion and very prominent storylines.
Royal Rumbles and
Oh wait, she did win a Royal Rumble, didn't she?
No, she didn't win, but she was entered it.
Wait, she.
I think she was the first woman to eliminate somebody in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you're
And
right.
she might have been the first female IC champion. Like she has
has
accomplishments.
credentials.
Yeah, she has accomplishments.
I feel that they won't do it.
I feel they won't either.
I think
I think they'll honor her.
if they
like-
honor her at all, she has to go in the Hall of Fame.
I don't
Yeah,
think so.
that's true.
Because it took how long for Macho Man to get
But
in?
that was a personal beef.
This is
Yeah.
personal as
I
well.
don't think it's personal.
All I can find, it said that she was found in her home.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's
it's
true.
unknown at this time.
Yeah.
That's true.
It said she was sleep deprived and on medication, but it's unknown if that has anything to do with her death
Yeah.
at this moment. That sucks.
Does it?
So,
Does it? That's
moving on.
I mean, really, she was great, but in her later years, she was a complete mess.
Yeah, but I'd rather see herself cleaned up than
I'd rather see her clean than what she was going through. I'm not a fan of suffering, and she was hurting.
yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why I say I'd rather her be clean.
Well,
than-
after what Triple H did,
Triple H is a scumbag, though.
Triple H
Exactly,
is a
that's-
sack of
not
He
even, thinking,
is.
not even thinking about it. That's another reason why there's no chance she'd actually make it in, especially if Hunter has more say in the company as the years go on.
At the same time, everyone knows the history between the two. He might want to see himself as magnanimous. So the Macho Man story was that he had sex with Stephanie McMahon
when she was 16.
when she was underage
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
had a fight with Vince McMahon. He still went in eventually. Eventually. He was still in video games way before his family signed off on it and everything.
Mhm.
And the WWE signed off on it. He just wasn't in the Hall of Fame for so many years. But he's been in video games for very long.
But you know what that was?
But
Look, we're gonna put him in with or without your permission. But if you'd like to give your permission and get a little money, you can. But he's going in anyway. That's all that was.
then why never put him in the Hall of Fame?
I don't know.
Vindictiveness.
I don't think she's going in.
Now, personal grudges of not going into the Hall of Fame might be somebody like CM Punk.
He's definitely not going in.
Here's a question. Would Lesnar have gone in if he hadn't come back?
I'd say no.
No.
Really?
No.
I'm not sure about that.
He's always felt more as like a
They
a plot device more than a character.
they
More than
removed a
wrestler.
lot of references of him from like at all media while he was gone. Like
Yeah.
in like the games and stuff, the F5 was not called the F5.
Oh, they do that anytime a wrestler leaves the company. They do it for Angle. It's called the Olympic Slam instead of the Angle Slam.
Oh.
Even though Kurt Angle's in TNA. Now, Kurt Angle, the day he retires, he's going to come to WWE for a speech or something, and he's going to go into the Hall of Fame. No questions asked.
Oh, no questions.
I was expecting him at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. So, like, if they're not signed with the company, they don't call it what it should be called. The 3D was not called the 3D when the Dudley Boys were not with the
It was
company.
called Flapjack Cutter.
So, yeah, that's just what they do.
Okay.
Lesnar, I don't know if they clearly wanted a lot of heat off of him, especially when he first left. That's why Orton won the title so he can become the youngest
He
ever.
immediately won it as a screw you to Lesnar.
But the fact that they signed him back for that much money means he was still in the mind of them. Vince.
They wanted him and they needed him because he had heat behind him because of the UFC.
That was how they were like freaking billing him too, where it's just like, oh, he brought all these skills from the UFC. I remember
They still
like,
are.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Not as much, but still
Think
are.
of it like this though. If let's say 3 years from now Punk wants to come back, they're not gonna let him back.
That podcast.
Oh, that was scathing.
I think it's just because of the podcast.
Because he hurt them. Lesnar hurt them too. That's more of a grudge to me. I think China goes into the Hall of Fame.
We'll see.
This is our second 3-hour straight podcast.
No, it's just 2.
No, you've been here for 15 minutes, you piece
It
of
says we've been live for 1 hour and 20.
What did y'all do at
That's
10:30?
not right.
Yeah,
That's not right
not
at all.
sure
We
why.
went live at 10:40.
that's weird. Okay. YouTube's
Oh,
lying to me.
God.
So the only other thing I wanted to mention, because we brought it up, to end it on, was Dragon Ball Super.
Dumpster fire.
The only things I have seen from it are like Masako X's reviews.
Now, I am in desperate need of audio and visual stimuli when I do my collages. Because it is very tedious work, I like to use my mind off of it by watching and listening and stuff. I listen and watch a lot of Dragon Ball Super reviews and synopsises. I would do that for One Piece, but they all suck, or there's just not enough of them. Boo, boo, boo.
Really, they suck.
Yes, they all suck. Well, the ones that I've heard. I can't say they all suck. I can answer any question
think we
about
can do
Dragon
it,
Ball
Bill.
Super because I've heard so much about them each and every episode. Reviewed by several people. I really, really love listening to people just go, "Oh, it's not so good now, but it's gonna pick up." Toriyama, them just making excuses and them just sort of just going, "Yeah, this is kind of bad, but there's always a but."
There's a pretty good way to sum all of it up. They have ended the past 2 arcs the exact same way.
The way I look at it is people that are fans of things cannot recognize when things are
Absolutely.
not good.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
I can
People
Superman is the guy for me. I can recognize complete garbage. I can recognize not good. Even if I like it. I can like not good things. And I can not like things I see as good. Attack on Titan. It's not for me, but I can see where it's good. I can see why people like it. I think it's a good series. It's just not for me.
People are bending over for Super.
People remember Dragon Ball and they go, this is whatever. Same way I felt about people when they talked about Dark Knight Rises. They excuse too much because they're a fan of that thing.
Yeah.
But Toriyama is just done.
He's been done for a long time.
It's
And
not
it's
even.
sad.
It's not even just that. The animation quality is just not good.
Toei doesn't give a crap.
It's picked up lately, but the first earlier it was bad because they just knew that people were gonna watch it. Why put in
Yeah,
three
it's-
times as money?
It's a bunch of new animators I remember reading, but like
Yeah, that too.
I've watched like maybe the past 3 episodes or something, where it's
the
like
end of the
all
tournament?
of Vegeta fighting and then Goku fighting now again, and it's just
I'm just gonna react a second in time in the future
This
to
tournament
beat
arc.
you.
This tournament
What?
arc is so bad.
Oh yeah.
Let me
I'm
ask you.
shocked by how bad this is. I am angered by how bad this
No, it is just that.
Let me
bad.
ask you.
Let's
Is
hear
it the worst tournament arc you've ever seen?
Yes,
wow.
without a doubt.
No, he's right.
Here's how the
It's
fights
bad.
went. I'm gonna tell you how the fight.
Because I remember you not liking that Shaman King one in the anime.
The anime Shaman King was trash because
Yes,
they
it was.
took away certain things. At one point, there's 6 main characters, 3 teams. They're on
Yep.
3 separate teams, and they had to fight each other. And it was just like, look, we gotta go all out because this if we just go half, somebody's just gonna escalate it, and then we're just gonna be fighting all out at the ending. So we're just gonna go all out in the beginning. The first shot, somebody gets their arm frozen and then just chopped clean off. And I'm just like, yes. And they were just armless for the rest of it.
Shaman
But-
King the manga was so fucking good, and the anime just did not do it justice. I feel.
Yeah, but here's what it was. There are 5. There's Universe 6 and Universe 7. We're in Universe 6. Universe 7 is the other ones. There's 5 fighters. There's this giant Winnie the Pooh looking guy. There's other Frieza. There's generic Saiyan. There's
Other
super
cooler.
bad guy. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm evil guy.
And Robot Man.
And a robot man.
Wait, are you
The
talking
first
about Hurt? Are you about Hurt? I mean the fucking
hit.
Hit. Yeah, that's Otherworld Cooler.
And
He can't.
No,
he
no, he's
doesn't even
Otherworld.
care about naming these characters.
it's terrible. Universe 6 has 5 people. Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, Boo, and this new guy named Minaka. It's so bad. His
Minaka
design
is
is
the
so
strongest
terrible.
of our universe.
He's so terrible. So,
It's so bad.
the first thing was a written test. Everybody had to get above a 50. Boo fails. He's out. We're down to 4 fighters. Why was he even in there? Why not just have Gohan?
Did they know
Hmm?
that it was going to be a written test?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's not.
So we're down to 4 fighters. The first fight is Winnie the Pooh versus Goku. Winnie the Pooh is very resistant to physical attacks. So Goku hits him, tries to Kamehameha, nothing. Goku pushes him down, drags him to the edge of the ring, judo flicks him out the ring. Goku wins. Round 1.
Okay,
Maybe half a chapter.
okay, that could have been cool because Goku has martial arts training.
Mhm.
So if that guy would have attacked, he could have redirected.
Okay.
That's a,
But how about this? How about that guy versus Boo? That would have been interesting. 2 big. Anyway,
marshmallows.
next fight was Frost versus Goku.
Other Frieza versus Goku.
Other Frieza
No
versus
one even. He doesn't even care.
Goku goes, hey, show me your strength. Okay.
Show me your moves.
Basically.
Frost goes into Frieza's third form and goes, this is my final form. And Goku's like, oh, the other guy final form was different. So they're fighting. Frost is getting destroyed. Goku goes Super Saiyan, just Super Saiyan Gold, not the blue or the red, because they're different for some reason. Frost goes into his final form. And Goku's like, you were lying. He was like, so? So they're fighting. Frost has a little bit of poison in his wrist. Hits Goku. Goku passes out. He pushes him out the ring. Goku loses. Next fight. I actually like this. Piccolo goes, Goku, can I beat him? He was like, no, but you can weaken him up for Vegeta. Piccolo charges up his special beam cannon, multiform technique. Frost is trying to fight him off. He doesn't. He beats all the multiforms, and then it's just regular Piccolo and Frost. Piccolo extends his arm, wraps him around, and still charges his beam, about to fire it, poison again, pushes him out the ring. Piccolo's done. Jocko, the little alien guy he goes, hey, I have special eyes. This guy's cheating. Thank you for getting that reference, bro.
My brand.
Thank you for getting that reference. Thank you. He goes, I have special eyes. That guy's cheating. He's cheating. He's disqualified. Vegeta's like, no, I want to fight him. It was like, well, if he's disqualified, Piccolo gets back in. And Vegeta's like, Piccolo, you don't want to fight, do you? And Piccolo's like, no, I guess I don't. Piccolo's out. Puss is out.
What a puss!
Vegeta, one shot's Frost. Frost is gone.
One shot's Frost. I like that term.
That's it. Next fight is...
Why would Piccolo be in and not Goku?
Goku's back in later. Because.
Oh, the poison.
Next fight is a little other Saiyan versus Vegeta.
No,
Vegeta
it's Robot Man versus...
Oh, yeah, it's Robot Man. Robot Man has lava. Vegeta beats. It was literally a nothing fight.
They did some callbacks, I know.
I know where you're going there. Screw you. It wasn't good. He could have beat him earlier. It wasn't good. Next up is Little Saiyan. Vegeta goes, when they turned Super Saiyan, the Little Saiyan didn't know about Super Saiyan. He's like, how do you do it? Show me. And Vegeta showed him, and he's like, you should never ask, your opponent for anything. Your pride as a warrior. And Vegeta starts beating the dog out of him. And he's like, you better start fighting or I'm going to destroy your planet, because they have their own planet, Vegeta, over there. He's like, you don't destroy my planet, Super Saiyan. And Vegeta goes, don't forget this pain. One shot. Little Saiyan's gone. He loses. Next up is Hit, the super bad, oh, I'm an evil guy. I'm the final boss type guy. Beats the out of Vegeta. Vegeta's gone. Next up is Goku versus
Super
Hit.
Saiyan Blue has already come out at this point.
Yeah, Super Saiyan Blue did nothing against them. Goku comes out. They discover that his power is he can jump like 0.2 in the future.
0.2 seconds.
0.2 seconds into the future.
0.1 was in the beginning. When Goku figured it out, he jumped up to 0.2 and said, thank you, Goku. You have taught me how to go past my own limit. And then Goku goes Super Saiyan Blue, and then Hit goes 0.5 seconds, which is even better. Great. And then Goku goes Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Kaioken, and that's what the episode ends. God, double God, blue God, red. It's so bad. Oh, and the little guy Monaka, he was a fake. He's not good. Because Bill said, this is the strongest guy that I ever fought. He fights last because he's amazing. And he's just this little guy. He's just like, no, this is just training for Goku and Vegeta to keep them Hambu. So he was a fraud.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Yes. That is the entirety of
the tournament.
That sounds terrible.
My buddy Ian is watching right now.
It is really bad.
Ian, we're talking about Dragon Ball Super, the new Dragon Ball series that is not that great.
What are your bottom 3 tournament arcs?
No. Here's Monaka.
Oh god. What are your bottom 3 tournament arcs?
This Hunter x Hunter was not great.
I hear great things about that series.
Yeah,
and
but the tournament was not great.
I just don't care. I don't know why.
No, it's a very slow burn series, and the issue of being a slow burn is the fact that it keeps going on like 3-year hiatuses.
Yeah. I feel like if Oda took a hiatus that long, there would be riots.
I'd riot.
I am. This is not a joke.
I was imagining one black guy in Detroit is just like, rah, 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 no One Piece, and everyone's like, what the hell?
One. I'm looking at 2 right here.
There you go.
With some fries and a drink.
We would officially be seen as a violent force and taken down by the police.
So you were riding in the streets. Why were you doing that? That fucking Oda! It's like, sir, I don't know who that is. Doesn't sound like he's from here.
don't ever let that man die before One Piece
Oh
finishes.
man,
It's a wrap.
I fear that so much.
It's a wrap. There will be suicides. I'm
I
not
have to
joking.
meet him in the other life,
I'm not
in the
joking.
next dimension.
There will be suicides.
I feel like that'd be the same way with Game of Thrones if Martin kicks the bucket.
People are
Maybe.
expecting it. There's pools. There's a dead pool on that.
All right.
Captain Deadpool.
Eh.
All right.
I don't
We
know,
will
might
end
further the plot.
this episode here.
Deadpool was pretty awesome, but it was still, looking back, not as good as I first saw it, or the second time I saw it. I think it was. It might have been just the people I was with.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. Thank you,
Because
everybody,
one with DA.
for
And
tuning.
movies are always fun with DA, no matter what. We are stupid and we're dumb. And the other one was just a girl that really enjoyed it.
Super is fecal matter.
And on the flip side, One Piece is so good.
It's amazing.
Jesus
Is it
Christ.
though?
Where are
Is
they
it
at in the
really?
anime?
They just got done with Dressrosa.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're that close?
Yes, they need filler arcs. I've never said this before, but One Piece needs a year-long filler arc. Because the problem is that Oda is already putting out less material than your typical mangaka.
Yeah.
And the anime is it's still going weekly. So for every 4 episodes, 3 chapters are being put out. They need to do something. They need to stretch.
Yeah.
And
All right.
there's so many characters. They can literally go to Oda and say, "Are you ever going to do anything with this character again?" No. Okay. Let us handle him. Sure.
They brought back Vivi though.
Phoebe!
That
There's
was an
a-
amazing little thing. they
Let's
did with
save
her.
this. Let's save. God, next episode is going to be the Comcast. We'll save some One Piece talk and WrestleMania for next week.
Okay, let me say real quick. There was a filler arc that I literally had to go, was this part of the manga? So what happens is they bring back the dugong from Alabasta. And I went, did this happen in the manga? One Piece is just, that's the only anime, long-term shonen anime, that I can say I enjoy the filler arcs for. Go Island was terrible, but everything else is serviceable to really good. All the crew forgetting each other except Robin.
That was good.
An amazing filler arc. Just amazing. Because they're all friends, even without the heart. It's amazing.
All
Is
the
there-
extra stuff for Foxy?
Is there any filler of Dragon Ball that you can think of that you enjoyed?
I enjoyed the tournament arc.
Otherworld?
The World Tournament.
I did as well.
Garlic Jr. was kind of meh. It could have been something, but I wasn't
I
really
believe
feeling
Team
it.
Fortress summed up Garlic Jr. pretty well in their fucking.
I actually kind of like the getting to Namek filler.
Oof. That's
I like the Otherworld
Namek.
Namek.
It's not really Namek. It's Namek, but it's not really Namek though.
that's a lot of people I think would disagree with you. on that.
A lot of people.
I enjoyed it for what it was. It's not an arc I would go back and rewatch. Like if I'm watching Dragon Ball Z, I'd probably skip it.
Mhm.
But at the time, it was just like, okay.
All right, let's end it here. Long ass episode again.
We cannot keep to a stable time.
Oh yeah.
Wrestling and One Piece. It's over.
Good luck next week.
We
Good
haven't
luck
talked.
next week.
We still
I-
need to have our Dragon Ball V One Piece debate.
Well,
Which
I
will
think
be a
what
smashing.
I think Super now is kind of just showing.
We don't
it.
even need to. We don't even need to include Super.
I don't think we can not now.
Okay. But at the same time, before Super, you were thinking there are no characters in Dragon Ball.
Argument 1.
All right. Thank you everybody
What a
for tuning
shit
into this
show.
episode of the YouTube. Fuck! Podcast of stuff. We will
Just call it the POS. It'll make it so much easier.
We
on
will
you.
see you next week. Hopefully, some of us won't have plans next week. BJ.
I didn't have plans.
Really?
Nope. I got out of work. Okay. Oh, this is really not information. Anybody really.
It's fine. You don't have to
Okay.
say. You don't have to say anything. We will see you guys next week.
Later.